My father told me when I was young, don't play with fire, be careful, son. But we were flames and fell in love. We burned the cities down, down. That's why you learned your lesson. You won't be lonely if you fall in love over and over again and again.
Welcome everyone to the PC finals of the Meraki Major. Today's game will be a best of 5, of course being across 5 maps, and the Vector will take home the 1,000 Rand cash prize. The two teams versing one another today is MementoMori and Regicide. Both teams of course going through a long journey to get towards this point, and we cannot wait to see what they have in store for us today. Of course, MementoMori winning the game against ATK, being the underdogs within that match, winning the 2-0, a big surprise to the entire community. Really well played from their side. And Regicide winning both maps against Ominous Gaming as well. Pretty interesting turn of events, and no one can be disappointed of how today's games are going to go. Both myself and my co-caster, of course, being the owner of Vabi Netrico under an esports organization called Alley Dogs Gaming. And through them, we have an awesome sponsor that provides all your computing needs called Nastic. We highly recommend checking out both of those sides. As myself, being a part-time streamer through ADG, I'd like you guys to go past, look at me on Twitter and Twitch if you'd like to see more from my side. Without further ado, can we please welcome my co-caster, Kudu.
Oh, thanks so much for the introduction there, Plet. Yeah, as Plet was saying, my name is Kudu. I am one of the co-founders of Vibrant Network. But enough about that. Let's just get straight on in and talk a little bit about these teams' journeys to get into the final here. Obviously, one of these teams being MementoMori, coming out as the victor in Group B pool stages, winning 5 and losing 0. Then going into the knockout stages, round 1 against Titan Odyssey, absolute banger of a game, taking that in a 2-1 victory. They managed to take Cafe away from Titan in a 7-5 victory, then losing out in Organ with an 8-6 loss, but bringing it back and taking it out on Consulate with an 8-6 win. Obviously, we all remember the MementoMori round 2 against ATK, where they took Clubhouse on 7-1 and Coastline 7-2. That was an incredible journey to get into the finals, not to mention Regicide coming out in second place in Group D, winning 4, losing only one game to ATK. Round 1, where they won against Leiden Esports 2-0. And as Pet was saying, against Ominous Gaming yesterday, trying to bring it back into their final, winning Cafe 7-2 and then 7-5 on Villa. We have some incredible players in these two teams, and I cannot wait to get into this matchup today. Should be extremely exciting. Pet, what are you thinking for today?
I'm already going towards the Twitter side of things. We had a Twitter poll within the Meraki, of course, the Twitter post, and through there we had a poll going on who would they expect to win. 55% of the people who interacted in the poll ready to believe MementoMori will be able to take home today's match. And of course, from that note, will be 45% of people supporting behind Regicide. Very interesting right now. Of course, both sides having really strong contenders. Only one winner can be, of course, be taken through, taking home the cash prize. And honestly, at this stage, I'm super excited to see what to bring forward towards the table. And right now, I see both teams are ready, or nerves are already stirring against one another. I think today will be a lot more pressure from the players, of course, versus one another compared to the entire journey, which, of course, Kudi just previously stated.
Should be a great matchup here. We might as well jump straight into our first map right here, which will be Cafe. The maps today, Regicide picking out Cafe and Consulate, with MementoMori going for a Coastline Club pick. In this first match, we will have MementoMori starting on the defensive side of Cafe. Before that, we will first jump into the operator ban phase. What are we looking for bans here? Like looking at their past games.
Going on to Cafe, we saw a beautiful play amongst the players, making use of a Wamar throughout all the different maps. Of course, Wamar being extremely useful behind his deployable shield, using his Wamar utility as well to absorb not only flashbangs, of course, the utilities such as breach charges by the Ash, which of course will be able to destroy the deployable shield. As we can see, the first ban coming from MementoMori being Capital, very interesting choice, of course, being a very important factor towards not only pushing towards side, but moving away defenders from very difficult situations. Yeah, we go once again. Seeing Thatcher, I think, honestly, being one of the most banned operators throughout the entire tournament. Honestly, there's good reason behind it. I mean, the utilities by the defenders are extremely vital in order for them to win and hold positions. Being Thatcher, allowing access towards the hard breach on the sides, removing any possibility for them to get the thermal charge down, have banded charges as well. Going into the defending side, once again, we have a clash ban, which we have seen from time and time again, been an extreme hassle for the attacking side, of course, allowing her access for teammates, playing off of her. Once again, we have the mirror ban, which will go into say how effective she is on Cafe, holding different sides, especially on the top floor. We've seen her from time and time again, holding her own, seeing straight down into cigar lounge, playing from washrooms and of course bar freezer.
Absolutely great ban in operators there. We see the ban coming up from MementoMori taking out that Thatcher, which, as Plet was saying, we've seen constantly throughout this entire tournament, MementoMori picking out Thatcher in most of the games that they have played, especially in the games that we've casted. We've barely ever seen Thatcher. I actually believe we've only seen him in one game here. Both teams going for a very standard setup as we look to go all the way downstairs into kitchen. Mitch coming out with the Ash, Mystic with the hard support on Thermite, Eerie on the IQ, which should really help out, especially when looking for Doopy's Valkyrie cameras.
Seeing how MementoMori played throughout the whole tournament, they heavily rely on their two dynamic duo who usually roam, being of course Fish, and Fish who recently changed his name to Doopy, and I can't wait to see exactly how they perform once again today. As Fish should be using Bandit, of course electrifying and protecting his teammates, being one of those operators. If he does die early on, it's not the end of the world because his utilities are already down, making that safe spots forwards towards his teammates, allowing them safe security to ensure that they can keep holding the spots without worrying about the finer details of the attacking plan.
It'd be great to see, as we can see, Fish already all the way on top floor, putting out that hard roam there, normally supported by his dynamic duo partner Doopy, which we saw a great matchup earlier. We're seeing the push here from Regicide, just slowly trying to gather as much information as possible, trying to slowly pick apart MementoMori defense.
Going straight to the roof of the building, of course, from there, making their way down, of course, knowing how important the roamers are. Taking down these two players early on should give them a play advantage. A beautiful pre-fire by Fish against Devon, taking them down through the soft wall. We, of course, took the initial shot and finishing up what he couldn't. Ready will play, giving him a play advantage in favor of the attacking side. Mitch under new hatch, spraying down to the player within reading. AMO from across the map, taking down Minton, bringing it back to a 3v5 situation in favor of the defenders.
Great start here by the MementoMori lineup as Mitch loses a ton of health but gets the shots out onto Fish and gets it down but not out himself. Finished off by AML. We see Eerie pushing here, trying to catch AML out. Here, the shots coming out. Eerie absolutely on fire, taking out AML. Mystic taking out Doobie, bringing it back to a 2v2 situation. Dan the Man and Sir Pancake left alone on site, trying to hold off the Regicide attack.
Right now, of course, Eri making use of top-down control to get onto side and take down those important utilities. Mystic playing further behind, watching from train side just before he hopped down to move his way towards side. Of course, just holding back, making sure there aren't any more roamers. Interesting play to see how ready 3 players from both sides falling down quite far away from sides, seeing how important this upcoming 2v2 will be.
Yeah, we spoke about it a little bit beforehand, but the importance of the vertical gameplay, especially when defending kitchen side here with Eerie upstairs, still has one more breach charge in pocket, which I'm sure he's going to try use to open up to try and peek down onto where Dan the Man is currently holding. Super important breach being placed here by Mystic, opening it up into the bomb sites. Dan the Man holding close onto breach as the first Gannis canister comes out from Dan the Man with 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
Right now, both attacking players moving from bakery, moving towards the main corridor where they have previously opened up. The RQ falling down, leaving Mystic in a 1v2 situation, being taken down, but Dan the Man of shotgun in hand, of course, being playing as smoke, holding down the different choke points with his smoke canisters and finishing up for his team. Really, really well played for MementoMori, taking off the first round of map 1.
Very similar style here coming out from MementoMori as they had against ATK, having those 3 hard roamers there. They really were able just to pick out against the Regicide's team. The Regicide taking a lot of casualties before having to try and push down onto sides. By the time they were able to push onto site, they only had 2 operators remaining, obviously in a 2v2 situation. But having both of those, incredible players sitting on site, one with a massive LMG and the other one with 3 gas canisters, is going to be a really tough push, especially without having any of that utility that they would have had if they had more of their teammates alive.
Going into round 2, going towards Bar and Cocktail Lounge. We'll see how important it was the previous round to see what this top level ground control did for both sides. Of course, turning in favor of MementoMori, this time going straight above, denying access early on. The only possible threat right now that to worry about is on the main floor, which they are now. And any plays from down below, as you can see, Sir Pancake, we see playing Maestro, placing his evil eyes within Cigar Lounge, which is a very crucial point, which we have seen from time and time again. The attacking side taking out the full side of Cigar Lounge, making a weight between White Corridor and even taking full control of the new balcony and a new hatch. Quite interesting exactly how this evil owl come through by the Maestro, holding not only in the side but taking out any possibilities from the thermite, maybe getting a couple of breach charges down. Can we even see a bandit trick in the next upcoming rounds? Of course, we did not see it last time around. This time we don't have a bandit, but we do have Doobie playing with Ma, which we have seen in the same situation before with that deployable shield really coming in clutch.
We see that deployable shield being placed there in Freezer, overlooking Cigar Lounge, a very similar strat that we saw when going against ATK on this very same map. Doopy here with also a very similar strat to what we saw against the ATK team. Although the Goyo shields being a new addition to this strategy should be a good hold here from MementoMori.
Very interesting, especially to see exactly how the attacking team will approach this. We have seen a previous player from the ADK side going straight from Cigar Lounge, making their way behind Bar from there, peeking wide into the back store of the Bar. From there, breaking not only the shield, but of course taking down the Master who was holding Cigar Lounge. As we can see, Ash is already in. Sir Pancake, as we were saying before, play to look out for, taking down Mystic from Freeze, already well played. Of course, amazing gun of having so many bullets, dropping down Diffuser, providing his teammates an initial start with the player advantage once again.
That extremely important shield right there in washrooms with a rotate back into Freezer should be a fairly tough spot to try and get him out here. Sitting in a 4v5 situation with a minute 15 seconds left, UP has some incredible shots onto Mitch, taking it down to a 3v5 and a minute left onto the clock. There's not much map control, but as I say that, so Pancake stands and falls to Devon, who has some incredible shots cleaning out as Minter takes out AML. Shots coming out from both sides. It's now a 3v3 as Devon cleans up. Derpy Fish takes out Minted with a 2v2 situation and 50 seconds left onto the clock. All the players are slowly listening to hear what the next push would be. Devon goes to pick up Diffuser and starts to begin the plants. Eerie covering from Freezer's side. Fish slowly pushing up, doesn't know that Diffuser's going down. Peeks aside and Dan the Man gets Devon through the gas smoke as Fish gets a little bit of shots off onto him. Eerie manages to take out Fish, leaving him in a 1v1 situation. Dan the Man with 30 seconds left on the defuse needs to pick it up, gets shots off onto the IQ. Absolutely incredible shots there by Dan the Man to win round 2 for MementoMori.
Dan the Man, as you did say, coming into clutch, taking down the last remaining couple of players, then from there defusing beautifully. It was honestly amazing games from both sides, of course from the attacking side, removing a very possible angle where of course a lot of the wall towards side was open up, going back towards washroom side where there was a deployable shield and of course such a tight angle to hold where they can of course hold down Diffuser. But from of course Dan the Man's point of view, he knew this was possibly the play and taking down the attacker from there, getting the defuse through, allowing a 2-0 lead towards MementoMori. Right now, looking back at the past couple of rounds, we've seen 2 other players towards Regicide falling relatively early. Of course, that doesn't stop Regicide from bringing back the round, still getting Diffuser down, but could not pull through towards the end. Regicide, of course, choosing to attack on map 1. Fairly interesting choice, maybe just to get the initial rounds out, and once they get to defense, they can hold out and secure the last couple of rounds. Of course, Cafe being a very important map. Very even on both sides. It all comes down to what the strats have installed, but we have seen MementoMori already having confidence on this map of beating 80k, using something very similar towards it, and of course, if it isn't broken, why fix it? And we've seen a very similar play come out today.
So we're looking at now for a fireplace reading room hold. We'll see a very hold on top of third floor. As always, I mean, this site is extremely important when it comes to vertical play, and really the only way to defend it is to be able to control the top floor. We see Sir Pancake placing up even both Evil Eyes on the top floor here. We should see a heavy roam here. Doopy just sitting on staircase has a close roam, able to rotate down towards sites fairly easily. The MementoMori lineup looking very similar to almost every site so far that they have defended. As we've seen in the first 2 rounds, they have very similar styles in most of their strategies. They allow 3 or 4 of their players to be picked off as extremely aggressive gameplay, leaving 1 or 2 players left on site to do that final hold. That final hold onto sites, which has really been difficult for Regicide to be able to finish up those rounds.
As you did say before, going towards reading and fireplace. Right now we do have roamers right above, trying to protect the teammates and buy as much time, and being roamers, it's not always about getting kills, but just being an additional threat that the attacking side has to worry about. We do have Mystic, who dropped under new hatch, making on top floor. Does he know AML is ready, watching wide stairs of his teammate Sir Pancake, who's currently sitting behind C1. And of course, GP not too far behind, sitting on wide stairs, there to support his team, and a beautiful Nitro Soul taking him down. Mystic, who was busy playing Thermite, which was a massive blow to the attacking side, of course being a hard breacher himself, playing right below the new hatch platform, taking him down right once again. Diffuser has been picked up in a 4v5 situation, heading straight into round 3. Quite an interesting play of still having 3, of course, on the defending side, roaming top floor, preventing access straight towards sides. As of course been Fish, playing as the whole good old Pulse that we all know and love. Not only having such an amazing heartbeat sensor that conveys that information that's super crucial towards the defending side, works as almost as brilliant as the cameras across the map, but every playing as RQ will be the perfect counter for the Pulse.
You know, as you were talking, their brilliant C4 coming out by Fish, really utilizing everything he has. They still have another C4 in the pocket of Dan the Man. It looks like a really hard site hold here by Dan the Man, while his teammates are kind of roaming, gathering that information before the final push comes here from Regicide. With 46 seconds remaining on the map, we have some great shots coming out here by AML, who takes out Mitch, leaving them in a 3v4 situation as Sir Pancake is down but not out. 30 seconds remaining on the round. Regicide doesn't have that much map control as Devon tries to enter through fireplace but gets punished for it. AML on absolute fire here, taking out both Minted and Devon, leaving Eerie in a 1v5 situation. Eerie just peeking on as he gets the shots off onto Sir Pancake, who tries to get re-peeked from from Doopy. Doopy getting the final shots off onto Eerie, taking the 3rd round here on Cafe.
Beautifully played from the defending side, making use of that, of course, the player advantage which they have gotten so early on, playing off one another, of course, peeking once again towards Heaven side, where a player just fell. Unfortunately, Eri was not expecting so many players to still be top floor, and of course, they were caught in off guard between Mining Room and Heaven. But like I said before, I mean, these teams have been really well played, have really put in the effort and really put in the hard work to win today's game. Register currently 3 rounds down, but still far from out of it. Devon having the honor 6 pick towards the Jackal. We've seen how important the Romans have been for MementoMori, especially over the past couple of games as well. A very important choice, yes, but it comes down to if they'll be able to enter a room and get safely secure those footprints from there, working together as a team, securing not only the first player, but a couple of Romans that we have seen work together. Right now we have seen 2 Romans running top floor, but being supported by a 3rd who would like to hang back on the stairs.
You know, very important important pick right there, as you were just saying, Plet. You know, that Jackal coming out, because Regicide have not been able to reply to MementoMori's aggressive roaming tactics right now. So hopefully bringing that Jackal into this team, they'll be able to slowly, or at least pick out these roamers a lot faster than they have been, giving them a little bit more time to push and focus in on sites, because that has seemed to be their downfall so far in all three of these rounds. They're left with a small amount of time to understand and pick apart the MementoMori defense onto sites. That being the little time, they make those small mistakes, and they're losing those very important gunfights in those final few seconds.
Regicide still being very comfortable with the initial push top floor, which has not really worked in their favor. If anything, been fairly close amongst the two teams. Pushing together once again, but this time in hand, being played by Devon, having Jackal. Will this be the deciding factor of how this round will go? At this stage, you don't have any defenders top floor, more playing just above sides. Relatively interesting beat. As I said, that AML goes up wide stairs, taking out Devon in the middle of C2. Ready will play it, of course, being drawn out. Moving back towards South, where he does have a teammate within reading. Relying on Fish to not only get the trade, but finish up what he couldn't. Of course, still being much alive, still under 23 HP. Still far from out of it, we all know, in the beautiful game of Siege. You see a beautiful Nacho coming up by Doopy, trying to take down a player above the hatch, possibly being a Thermite who could not connect, but Mitch taking down Doopy. Ready will play, being such an important factor, having Valkyrie, of course, Nacho already been taken down, reusing that new opening that, of course, the Valkyrie has made. Harry taking on Fish, who was roaming in reading, helping off the back of towards his teammate, sandwiching in within reading. Now we're in a 3v4 situation in favor of Regicide.
Incredible shots once again coming out here from Sir Pancake onto Mitch, who was trying to utilize that vertical gameplay. We did see that AML has now rotated all the way back down towards sides, a very common strat that MementoMori have been using. They've used Fish and Doopy as their roamers now. Regicide finally doing a great job at clearing out those roamers, tries to push in, but Dan the Man with the shotgun onto Mystic, taking it down to a 2v3 situation. Dan the Man and both AML on very low health here, but Sir Pancake just taking a few shots, both Eerie and Minted obviously on full amount of health. What we do know thus far is that 2 C4s have been used by MementoMori, so they don't have any more C4s in their back pocket. Both those C4s are missing out on their targets, but trying to gather that information. Eerie trying to push down red hallway here with AML holding inside code check.
Having their two attackers, of course, securing the first floor, washing down this whole red hallway, securing bar and dining room. Airy going in for the nav, taking down AML. Already having a health advantage, pushing straight onto side, could not connect his shot. Sir Pancake taking down both Minton and Airy, winning MementoMori once again, round 4. But of course, the smoke canister coming in, blocking the vision of the attackers. But beautiful positioning, of course, a flick between the two players right behind kitchen service.
You know, important to mention here, Plet, they've done this now 4 rounds in a row. They have that heavy roam with 3 of their players, 2 of their players being extremely aggressive in that roam, and the one just there as a support. Then once 2 of those players have fallen, then one of those roamers end up falling back there. So we saw AML falling back all the way to Kochek there, doing a close roam towards sites, just trying to be that small thorn in Regicide's I guess side, as we could say. And now that Regicide were able to finally pick off those, roamers very early on, but then all of a sudden, once they'd rotated back downstairs, they now got to deal with that LMG and the smoke sitting on sides. Those smokes slowing them down, covering up their vision, and that LMG just kind of finishing it off. Incredible shots there by Sir Pancake, who picked up a 3K in that last round, starting it off with that beautiful vertical shot.
Going back to the captain interview that we saw after the 80k match, we saw how excited, of course, not only the captain was, but how proud he was of his team. Especially to see how the changes that have been made over the past 4 months. Seeing exactly how these aggressive players adapting to the situation. But they did say before they are not going to fall into the opposing team's strats. If anything, they'll play too aggressive to the point, installing fear, and of course forcing the opposing team to play according to how they want to, which we see have happened throughout today's game. Of course, being such a major threat towards top floor, almost directing, of course, Regicide at this point for keep doing the same thing, getting initial picks early on. They already know they're going to be working from top to bottom as they're planning, streamlining this entire attack. Once again, we see the players moving towards the new hatch, preparing to get the drone in out, providing that crucial information before that final push. But it all comes down to exactly how they play as a team. So far, both teams have been playing extremely well. So far, of course, MementoMori playing in a very good position, making use of the entire teamwork and, of course, all the utilities that they have previously in place. But from the attacking side, once the fuser goes down, they become the defenders. They make use of what the defending team has already put down, almost putting it against the defending side.
Regicide taking top control of top of red here as they look to push in towards Cigar. Fish on the roam underneath in a pillar, but the flank being watched here by Mish as the rest of his team look to push all the way into Piano.
As you see, of course, Mystic became a bottom, going straight to this, of course, red stairs, opening up Cigar Lounge, allowing more access for the attacking side to go onto side. You can see Doopy holding a beautiful angle, seeing a play going through, cannot connect his shots, playing behind the goal shield, extremely important. As you see the Ash coming into play, breaking down the goal shield, forcing back. Of course, Doopy is going to pull him back towards his teammate who's currently playing within Washroom. Pancake and Doopy once again playing off one another. EML within. Just outside of Freezer and Danderman supporting him about stairs. Fish taking down Mitch, bringing it back to a 4v5 situation. Still early stage. We see the beautiful Bonner hole coming into play. There we go. Doopy connecting the shots against the Vaughn behind his shield from what corridor.
Absolutely incredible round here by Regicide as they dump utility into Cigar Lounge to try and get full control of this. Eerie trying to get rid of the evil eye and does so with a great grenade, but gets punished for it as Diffuser goes down as AML gets those shots off onto Eerie. Regicide left in a 2v5 situation, but great shots out by Mystic as he picks up two. So Pancake and Fish bringing it back down to a 2v3 with Doopy on just a slither of health. Minted looks to push towards Freezer here, but gets punished for it as he falls and leaves his teammates in a 1v3. Doopy picking Mystic out and ending another round for MementoMori.
Mystic, of course, getting two very crucial kills towards the team that was watching Cigar Lounge. From there, securing the far end of the building, only worrying about the players towards sides. Of course, where the beautiful pre-fires could not connect towards the end, pushing rather aggressive because time is ticking down, only having 3 minutes to work with. At that point, they had the last couple 30 seconds to, of course, in a 2v3 situation, either get the diffuser down or go for the kills. Right now, we do have these stats on screen, and you can see how amazing these teams are playing. Of course, it's not always about the kills, it's how these teams play together. Right now, you can see the strats working in, the support players doing their things and allowing the fraggers to not only get the entry frags, but from there continuing through, if anything, taking all the players out that could be important towards the final fight, allowing the anchors to do their part.
You know, it's incredible to see there. I saw Sir Pancake getting a lot of kills and being an anchor. Really just a great team dynamic here from MementoMori. All 5 rounds going very cleanly in their favor. Really just being in the driving seat of every single one of those rounds. Regicide looking to at least try and take 1 round away here from MementoMori, moving it to round 6 before half time and the switch comes out.
See a massive defense on the top floor by the defending side, once again making use of a lot of the reinforcements away from side, having the mute jammer that you allow the players behind C1 and C3. Of course, from there, allowing them full access towards the side, watching both Heaven and New Hatch, where we have seen red side time and time again for the fast 5 times, going straight to the roof. After this round, of course, once again, can we expect a complete turn of events once we switch sides in half time? The droning this time around will be taking place from the bottom floor. I think they have given complete giving complete control to, of course, the defending side, being on the top floor, going to start off straight from the bottom. This time working away from the bottom, working their way up. I think it's a very important deciding factor, Roger. Changing up the strat because it has not worked previously. Still have a chance to get a few rounds early on before they have to end to defending.
We see early map control here coming out from Regicide as they look to try and take this one round away from MementoMori. This map being Regicide's pick, and MementoMori really just showing out their dominance in defensive skill here. Obviously, once again on the heavy roam, AML, Fish, and Doopy looking very good as Dan the Man holds down sight here along with Fish, giving out that information of the player on rappel there. Doopy taking out a few shots here, and Eerie finally taking out Fish as Fish was looking just to give a little bit of information towards his team here. Mystic pushing straight through into Mining Room and onto trains as Eerie is covering out the window here. It looks like they're going to try and push through Fireplace here and go for the plant in A. Minted on Staircase as Devon takes out Doobie, leaving them in a 5v3 situation here, looking very good for Regicide as Dan the Man picks out Devon. They need to try and take out Dan the Man in his spots. AML here with incredible shots all the way down into Fireplace, taking out Mystic. It's now left in a 2v3 situation with Dan the Man just on a slither of health. Eerie looking to do a rotate here and push up White as he heard that AML is on mid White, which would have been called out for his teammate who got taken out trying to push through Fireplace here, but it doesn't look like he's going to peek out here. Dan the Man sitting close, holding with the shotgun, but shots coming out as the stage tries to push onto AML. AML, incredible shots, leaving Mitch in a 1v3 situation here. Unfortunately, he does have the diffuser with him, but it's going to be a tough one. Trying to hold out AML there, sitting on White stairs, hoping that he just peeked a little bit, trying to pre-fire all those spots as he realized that Dan the Man was sitting there, or at least last called. C4 coming out by Dan the Man, missing it out, but opening up a kill hole. Dan the Man with the final kill onto Mitch. Is Dan the Man on fire today, Blitz?
Dan the Man, of course, been very consistent throughout the previous rounds and pulling in for his team. I don't want to sure exactly if the Nitrocell was meant to go for the kill or if anything play a major part in distracting the opposing player. But of course, going back to AML on White stairs, seen straight through towards Fireplace, taking down the opposing player. Through there, dropping down Diffuser. Of course, from there, leaving the last play in the 1v3 situation, picking up Diffuser that I knew he was. He was busy sandwiched outside of the site, and from there, has to peek one of the defending players who, of course, at this stage been really powerful. Ready at this stage, if MementoMori wins one more round, they'll go straight into map 2 with a very confident lead. We see a 6-pick between Fish going straight from a Cali. At this point, of course, this will be, I'm not too sure exactly if this is planned, but going straight back to the Cali was an important deciding factor. Once the Thatcher was banned, it can still provide that same static between what they can do to enter sites, and from there, allowing the team to have more options to push through. The last thing you want to do is to be limited to the limited amount of doors, or even what the defenders open up for you in terms of breach holes and even rotates.
Very similar lineouts coming here from the Regicide, also trying to utilize that powerful Wamai as well as the smoke cast canisters here, which really played to MementoMori in many of the rounds. We're obviously also seeing a Nomad coming out here from Doopy. I believe that's the first Nomad that we're seeing in this matchup between the two. Obviously expecting some aggressive gameplay here from the Regicide's defense. Once again, Mystic setting up the same setup that we saw from the MementoMori team, as well as the ATK team on this same site.
Been a very interesting choice to use a very similar strat. Of course, MementoMori using it to full extent, of course, be working in their favor. They are, of course, being very skilled players. Knowing players can make use of such a similar strat, if anything, do it better. But they know exactly how to counter. We've seen MementoMori previously make use of the new ping system where they'll ping the deployable shields, and then from there they have the Ash from down below to shoot through, of course, the soft floor, breaking not only the shield but damaging the player who was hiding behind us. Usually Aerial will be the one on the window, on the rotate, just waiting to find the player who was behind the shield to go back, take the shot, bring it back into a 4v5 situation. But right now, of course, the attacking side playing really aggressive. Open up every window, try to get as many line of sight as it can. We do have Sir Pancake, of course, droning out for their teammates within Cigar Lounge. We do have Dupi taking down Mitch. So far, we're in a 4v5 situation as Dupi is, of course, playing towards Scarlet, taking down a player behind C1. Is he aware that there is another player towards that side? Dan the man, of course, receiving a couple shots himself against Mystic. We have a pretty much equal trade in terms of HP. We see a beautiful Master Evil R on the Cigar Lounge floor. Honestly, at this stage, spotting the players and doing some damage. Some of the players are not aware exactly where the Evil R is. Yeah, we do see we try to get the breach shot out. No more breach charges because it has been previously used to get it onto sight.
The pings coming out here from the MementoMori team, trying to get rid of that evil eye that's feeding the Regicide team with information. MementoMori in a good situation here as they have full control over Sakar Lounge. They had to use a lot of utility to try and push the Wamai out of their spot, but we see AML busy rotating here, trying to peek out onto Minted, who is being shot at here by Fish. AML with a great rotate here, picking out Minted as Dupi falls to Devon. Mystic, Eerie, and Devon last left on the Regicide side with 40 seconds remaining as the MementoMori push is imminent. The C4 coming out here by Eerie, not taking any health away from the MementoMori side. Dan the man trying to push down White. We see Eerie dropping down Hash, looking for the flank. Catches AML off guard as he rotates back up White. Devon with great shots out here onto Sir Pancake, finally taking the lead, pushing them into a 3v1. Devon with the final shots onto Fish, and Regicide take round one away from MementoMori. It's now 6-1 match points for MementoMori.
Very crucial round for Regicide, of course, being down 5 rounds at this point forward. Of course, every round until this point will, of course, be match point. Let it be luck, let it be strats. They can't reuse that top floor right now if they, of course, can win the second side. From there, going back to the first side, of course, which did work in their advantage. I think they Fish, playing as Caddy, was trying to hope to catch a player off guard, making use of that long range and, of course, being an instant down from the body and even a kill, of course, being a headshot. Really well played from both sides, but at this stage, MementoMori must just keep doing what they're doing, keep applying pressure. They only need one more round to take map 1, which was Regicide's, of course, map choice. Going into map 2 will be Coastline being their map where they will start off of defending. Very confident players. We've seen the defending side from the MementoMori being their strongest point. Yes, of course, when they're playing as aggressors, being the attackers, they can still hold their own. But I think they love streamlining the attackers as, of course, making play off their strats. But right now, we are, of course, going back to reading and fire plays, having top floor control, being defended with a very similar strat which we've seen throughout the entire game. Of course, being streamlined by MementoMori. Right now, we do have the Jaeger ADS, who's been currently played by Mitch. Securing, of course, C1 and C2 and C3 with the same new play coming into effect.
It looks like I apologize. Regicide dumping a lot of utility here on that top floor for that top floor hold there. We saw a great rotate coming out from AML to pick out Minted, who was able to hold back the MementoMori push for long enough so that Devon was able to rotate back through Freezer. Minted finally getting picked up from AML after AML had to rotate all the way down through kitchen and up around stairs here. And looks like MementoMori are trying to gain full control here as they dump their utility even down onto, or at least through Skylight, trying to get rid of all of Regicide's setup here. Fish already dropping down on top of Red stairs as he looks to push into Cigar Lounge and gain that part of the map, get that control for his team as they can push in there and slowly try pick apart the Regicide defense.
Making use of Scarlet previously, when they did get the initial peak, you see the ass shot coming into play, taking down the Goyo from down below, preventing that one deployable shield being played. But of course, we do see Devon playing from behind C1 with another deployable shield not too far behind. Having Mitch playing with wide stairs, protecting them from Cigar Lounge, securing them from there to hold bar. Very interesting as we have AML peeking down, having Nirvana coming through, causing havoc for the defending side where there was a mute jammer which was previously taken up by the Nirvana through the window. What a beautiful synergy amongst this team, how they're playing off one another. As we can see a banner open up from the cigar cocktail lounge at this point. Doopy taking down Mystic, turning into a 4v5 situation. We see the heartbeat sensor coming out of area, providing that crucial information. Devon taking on Sir Pancake, bringing it back to a 4v4 situation. As I say that Devon finds himself with 2 kills against the man. He gets taken down by AMO himself. On White Stairs, we do see a beautiful Ash play coming into effect, taking down opposing player Eri, playing down below as Pulse, providing that crucial information thrown in a Natrasol, bringing it back to a 2v2 situation.
With 45 seconds now on the clock, MementoMori finally have top floor control, an extremely important position. Now, they're both going to drone out here and try and gain that information on how they're going to play this next setup here. Both Eerie and Minted falling back towards mining room side, trying to hold out that fireplace. Fish looking to drop here onto the Regicide defense. AML pushing down White Stairs, trying to get that peek through A side, pre-firing the corner there, hoping that one of the players are holding it with 10 seconds remaining. Looks like MementoMori are going for the plant as Fish is trying to plant and Eerie on the rotate. Looks like they're both going to push here as Eerie flanks from behind, but AML with incredible shots out onto Minted and Fish getting that down.
As we see MementoMori winning that round. Of course, winning the map 7-1. Right now, what an amazing game. Of course, both teams playing extremely well up till this point. Going into map 2, like I did say before, being Coastline, being, of course, MementoMori's choice. Well, can we see something similar in terms of the rounds? Of course, both teams congratulate one another for such amazing play. As we can see right on the stats, we see AML being a very crucial player for the winning team right now, going over double of digits for the, of course, the kill side of things. Really interesting. I can't believe how amazing gameplay we just saw there. The synergy amongst the team, the communication coming through. Of course, towards the end there, we saw Airy being one of the last players alive, which he has been doing the same similar spot before, where he jumped down, of course, the laundry hatch from there, hitting the 2 defenders, 2 attackers at that point on site, and doing something very similar as Polch. Quite interesting, trying to do it again. Unfortunately, being taken down by MementoMori from there, securing the round. Honestly, Kudi at this point, going into map 2, being, of course, not Regicide's pick, not going so well in their favor. Do you think can we see something once again, bringing it back, which we have seen through the console side, working in the opposing team's favor, taking us back into map 3 is 1-1? Or do you think we'll see a 2-0 map lead?
You know, I think Regicide were just a little bit thrown off there from the aggressiveness coming out from MementoMori. Obviously, AML on the hard roam throughout that defensive section. Regicide just not being able to really deal with that, losing a lot of health and players as well as utility, trying to get him out of there. And then, you know, once he was on that attack, he was really just set up beautifully by his support players there, giving him that information and giving him that ability to use the utility that he needed. Absolutely incredible here. Moving on to Coastline, being MementoMori's pick, I'm sure it's in the back of Regicide's mind that they're going to now have to try and take MementoMori's map from them here. I'm sure during this, you know, kind of phase where we're moving over to the next map, I'm sure Regicide are trying to plan and figure out how they're going to take down that MementoMori defense. I think that MementoMori defense, you know, was extremely powerful, and Regicide just could not pick it apart in that last map. MementoMori now also once again starting on the defensive side on Coastline is going to be a tough spot for Regicide, but this is the finals, and they have had an incredible tournament thus far. So I'm definitely not taking them out just yet.
Going into the second map being Coastline, we can see something similar. We have seen the MementoMori being super aggressive on the defending side of things. We have seen them play super aggressive towards AZK. Of course, in a similar situation, right now, I'm pretty sure Regicide have learned this strat, seen how aggressive they are, trying to work against that. We've only seen Nomad come into play once, of course, a Jackal. Maybe there's some around. Can we see them combine the different anti-roamers from there working towards sides? Of course, starting off on defense, MementoMori at this point, of course, being their strongest side, knowing this, they have chosen, of course, the second map, starting on defense. We see the players being ready. Can't wait to see exactly how everything initiates. Of course, both teams taking this crucial time to think what they can do better, contain that lead, and from there, bringing back us into map 3, of course, which will be consulates from there, a completely different map. Going so very similar, if I can point towards Cafe, having so many floors to work off of, so many options for the roamers. Honestly, at this point, what I just see, we're having a little time just to discuss it further. Well, statistics wise, we've seen a lot of these players having such a high headshot percentage. I mean, Kudi, I'm sure you can back me up here. As we can see the stats, having so many hours within this game, of course, having the hour advantage towards them compared to your casual players. You see, what this is what makes them pros. All the hard work and effort they've had put it throughout the years, and of course, especially these last couple of weeks where they've been doing nothing but training, working off of one another to make it towards this point, and of course, trying to win the final rounds, and of course, take home that beautiful cash prize waiting for them.
Yeah, for sure. But these players have been working extremely hard, and as you mentioned, they have a lot of hours in this game. Looking at some of these, players that have put the most number of hours here, we have Mitch on Team Regicide, who has almost 600 hours played in ranks with a full game time of 1,700 hours. That's a lot of time to spend inside this game and understand this game on its deepest level. Fish coming out from MementoMori with 1,300 hours in the game, 1,000 what, or almost 1,200 of those hours being in ranked. Obviously, all of these players have extremely high KDs with a lot of kill to match ratios here. Like you said before, being on PC, their headshot percentages are a lot higher than what we've seen over on the PS4 side, making these maps and I guess these gunfights between these players extremely quick. Moving straight into coastline here with the ban phase coming out, the first ban coming from MementoMori.
Very interesting to see so far what the previous bans were. Can we see something as we did see past throughout the tournament once again? Memento banning Capital, of course, being a very feared player towards them. I'm not too sure exactly what led up to this point for Capital to be banned, but like we have seen something similar on the console side of things where Ella's been banned mainly because of her shotgun being so powerful at close range and of course being able to open up soft walls. Coming into the second ban, going to be Ying. Very interesting. We've seen how powerful she is, especially with her utility blinding everyone within a specific room where he is, of course, sees the things goes off. From there jumping in, not being blinded herself. Valkyrie coming in as the third ban, providing a crucial information through her Valkyrie cams can be obviously, of course, be placed outside the map in such important parts. Through there, we have Mero once again being banned, who is an extremely dangerous operator on coastline, especially playing from bathroom side, especially from kitchen if they do choose to play off of that.
Very typical bands coming out here. The Valkyrie being played a few times there by MementoMori on Cafe, using her evil eye. Oh, sorry, not evil. Using her cams to gather that information. We're seeing a very similar lineup here coming out from the MementoMori side when looking at their lineup that they used on Cafe. AML sitting on the Jaeger. I'm sure we're going to expect another heavy roam from AML, Fish, and Doopy with Dan the Man and Sir Pancake holding it down with that Maestro Smoke duo.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
Heading straight into it, going towards the second floor. As we see, we're going towards, so of course, Hooker Lounge or Billet's room. Very important factor, especially seeing what the courtyard can provide for the attack inside. Because having, at this stage, no hard breaches, Havana could have came in very useful. Of course, playing once again the bomb plane is an Ash who's been helping the team support at the bottom of the floors right now through coastline as well through above and stairs. There's so many soft floors that they can be breached through underneath, being a massive hassle towards the attack inside.
See, just the utility all being set up here all around sites. Looks like they're going to try and do a site hold here with Doopy and Dan the Man here holding it out. The drone hole vertical play coming out here by Dan the Man. Some sneaky angles here as he opens up for that vertical gameplay just below the pool table there.
As we start off the round, we have Devon taking down Fish. So early on, of course, being heavily tagged himself, surviving on the last 10 HP. So early on, of course, being one of the most important roamers for MementoMori to be taken on so early on is a massive blow. Right now, we're still having a 4v5 situations, having such amazing holes from the pool table through the drone hole, which we have seen Airy ensuring that they don't have any players towards Aquarium side, shooting the Nomad jabs in to prevent that roam. AML knowing that Nomad went down, ensuring it still stays there in order for the attacking side to know that they have safe security while moving towards there. Yes, a player right above, can't really do much. It's gambling, trying to see if there any player playing above courtyard. From there, trying to get another pick. Then from there, moving back to Aquarium, playing off of Sarts.
You know, that was a great pick there by Devon onto Fish. That's really going to try and give them just that little up they needed in this first round here on the second map. And they're losing a lot of health in this engagement as Devon is looking for that pick onto the player playing an Aquarium. Doopy gets downed but not out, and AML taking a lot of damage here. It looks like Sir Pancake is going to be able to pick up Doopy here, bringing it back to a 4v5 situation. Looks like Regicide now have full control here of Aquarium as they look to try and push towards Billard's room here. Minted with a beautiful pick onto Doopy, who was lit already. The diffuser trying to be planted here by Eerie, but gets smoked out by Dan the Man, who then forces the Regicide attackers to pull back. AML on the opposite side here of Courtyard, wondering if he's trying to go and rotate around. The second gas canister coming out here by Dan the Man with 56 seconds remaining on the clock. Powerful shots coming out here by Sir Pancake, taking out Devon, who was on rappel. The diffuser going down here by Mystic, and the third gas canister, but Mystic goes for the hold here as the shots come out. With 41 seconds remaining on the clock, Dan the Man takes out Mystic with that gas canister, leaving them in a 3v1 situation. Dan the Man with all the pressure onto his shoulders. Shots coming out, but missed by Dan the Man, and Minted cleans it out, winning the first round here for Regicide. An important round win, and hopefully a confidence booster.
Regicide, of course, being super aggressive so early on from Terrors, making a way towards Aquarium. Really well played. Of course, from the having such early starts, Axis only been held but Dan the Man at the point as Smoke, doing a lot of damage but couldn't pull through towards the end there. Honestly, at this stage, it's still early stages, but really taking one round lead, providing some relief, seeing what happened to the first map. I'm sure they're super excited to see exactly where they can continue doing this, especially seeing how Coastline, how powerful they are on defense. Right now, MementoMori, of course, we'll be rethinking exactly how aggressive they have been, maybe at this point. Be slightly more passive, leading and, of course, having attacking side do what they have to do. From there, retaking side more with more players, maybe as more synergy comes through from the teams. Once again, we see a top hold by MementoMori being very confident in their strats being used. And at this stage, of course, trying it once again, they should be pretty confident, especially having one map behind them.
That was a great push there by Regicide, just slowly picking out the roamers, watching that flank, but then also just while watching that flank, making sure they push slowly, using the utility that they had there by Dan the Man. Once they realized that utility was done, just going for that final plant and hold. Absolutely incredible gameplay being seen here by Regicide. These players have become absolutely incredible so far, especially this SA community. The level of gameplay is just really, really growing quickly.
This stage we haven't seen a lot of action towards 90, of course being a very crucial point for other side to have control of. Once of course 90 has been taken full control of, they can move from any of the opposing rooms. Right now we do see Airy once again busy playing Nomad, trying to get a player early on to hit one of the Nomad jabs from there, being in a very vulnerable position. We do have Fish currently playing in the hallway, taking down one of the players who was minted. We were being played by Sophia. We see how important these charges are to open up the soft breaches. Devon being playing as Ash does not know that he has two of the defending side not too far behind. Being AML playing off of Fish. We've seen these players from time and time again being such a dynamic duo, holding their own, helping one another. Devon does take down Fish. Airy does take down the opposing player, which was, of course, Dan the Man. Mystic came down AML, bring it back to a 4v2 situation. As I say that, Mitch takes down Doopy. Right now, all the pressure on Sir Pancake, who's been playing really well throughout everything. And the last player holding down Cool Vibe instead takes on Mitch, pulling back towards Sats. Still in a 1v3 situation, at least he has the health advantage over Devon and Mystic. Rufan's Mystic taking him down, dropping Diffuser, having things go his way. All he has to do is hold Diffuser from there, get the final kills, tries to pre-fire through the wall, taking down the Ash from Devon. Does not see the players crouch, and yes, he does. Currently prone, can't really maneuver as well as he'd like to do. Devon and VIP. Last one against 1v on a 1v1 situation. So Pancake at this stage must just, if anything, bar time. Not too sure where the player is coming from. Still in a 1v1 situation with 1 minute 10 seconds remaining and ticking down.
Massively aggressive game style here by both teams. Pancake bringing it back from a 1v4, now in a 1v1 situation, looking for that clutch. Devon on a low amount of health, but so is Pancake losing a bit of health with all of those interactions, especially with Eerie, who was holding down Aquarium. The stun's coming out here for Devon as he looks to try and grab up Diffuser as falling back slowly but surely, trying to look to go plant behind B. So Pancake slowly pushing back through Aquarium as he knows now the Diffuser has been picked up here with 25 seconds remaining. We're going to see the Diffuser being planted down. The pre-fire coming out here from Sir Pancake as he looks to try and get the pick off of Devon. Devon falling back down a little bit down Cool Vibes stairs. So Pancake not having any information as such. Looks like Devon here reaches wide on Sir Pancake. Sir Pancake falls and Regicide take round 2 away from MementoMori. What a great start here to map 2, which was MementoMori's pick.
Because Devon making use of that long hallway to his advantage. Go and take it off, of course, picking up Diffuser so early on with 30 seconds remaining. Head still so many opportunities to play around both bomb sites. Going into Hooker Lounge, from there planting securely behind cover, from there moving back to White Stairs, because at this point the defender had no information being provided to him. At this point it's just who peeks first, and if he's lucky enough to catch a player off guard, because the player could have been anywhere on site, possibly even outside, as we did see the White Stairs was being checked, but at that point was given up pretty early because he had a limited amount of cover. Moving towards the hallway, from there peeking past Vars, straight into Hooker Lounge, but moving towards side was taken down. Really well played at this stage. Regicide taking a 2-round lead, which we have seen so far on the previous map of MementoMori. Can we see a reverse of what happened the first time around?
Regicide as MementoMori switch it up, going blue bar Sunrise. They don't believe they can hold Hookah anymore. Looks like they're trying to set it up for a large roaming style hold here. Dan the Man playing incredibly aggressive there in that last round, holding down sights along with Sir Pancake. It's absolutely beautiful to watch.
Ready once again going to the top floor. Very interesting to see AML playing right down below with the support of Sir Pancake once again. We've seen these teams backing up one another. I can't wait to see as we see the Mozzie coming through by Fish, reusing those drones that he does get, preventing that additional access that of course the attackers have at this stage. Of course, such a high level gameplay, these drones do the most, and using them against the attackers in such difficult to spot areas. AML once again playing with insecurity where he was backed up by Fish last time around. This time around we do see both players switching positions, playing off one another. Fish is trying to make sure no players are going to rush in, securing as much of the bottom floor as they can.
Fish again on the heavy roam here, something very expected by him as Devon pushes all the way into VIP Lounge here to try and peek down on towards the billiards room.
On currently towards 90 side, where he was previously playing himself, with from White Stairs, making his way down Cool Vibing Stairs, where Fish and Dan the Man here and working together as a single unit, of course being Smoke having gas canisters in hand, Mystic taking down the Mozzie, allowing the drones to move forward, of course using that same information which the Mozzie would have appreciated against him. So Pancake being taken down, but Airy was currently holding his own, trying to take down the player who was still coming from the balcony, unaware that the ready players upstairs still behind him, currently relying on his teammates at that point to back him up. AML watching White Stairs moving up, try to catch a player off guard, try to get the rotate on the players who are trying to breach from above, try to see straight down, try to find any player in a vulnerable spot. As I say that, Devon taking out AMO, who was last seen playing security in a 5-3-3 situation in the favor of Regicide.
Regicide doing a great job here in the utilization of vertical gameplay. Dan the man with a shotgun at the lower part of stairs. Shots coming out here now in a 3v2 as Mystic takes down Fish and a minute left onto the clock. Dan the man pushing up Cool Vibe stairs, but doesn't realize that Devon has now rotated and dropped down already. Eerie and Mystic looking to try and push into A here and go for the plant. Utility coming out here as the stuns go down, and Doopy takes out Devon, who was looking to try and hold his teammates as they went for the plant. The first gas canister from the smoke coming out here. Doopy looking to try and make one of those bullet hole kills.
Doopy playing with the bullet hole, rotating around, making use of the rotate hole that they previously placed. From there, being supported by his teammate, but Devon bringing it back into a 1v2 situation, taking down Mystic. Right now, it's still being Dan the man. We've seen such an important player throughout the entire game. Eri missing their first initial shots, taking down Doopy, who took down the previous opponent. Right now, Eri just over 25 HP, coming in clutch, taking down Dan the man, being caught off guard in the room within security. As you can see, Eri did spot the play, trying to rotate back towards security room, going back towards sides. Ready will play, just an unfortunate timing towards MementoMori.
MementoMori trying to run the clock down there, but Eerie going for the chase and gets that final pick off, winning that round for his team. They're super important now that they've got a 3-0 lead here against MementoMori. MementoMori looking a little bit panicked here. They've now lost 3 rounds in a row on their map, something that I don't think they expected given the domination of their defense on Cafe.
Seeing every last round winning that 1v2 situation, seeing how their win ratio, of course, being 60% towards Eri, how amazing is that? 60% of the time with Eri in the game, the chance of winning is there. Of course, having the least amount of playtime compared to the teammates, coming in clutch towards the end, really well played, having a headshot ratio of 41% if you round it up. I mean, honestly, what an amazing play at that point. 40% of the bullets landing on opponent's head. Everyone knows being the game was siege mechanic. Every headshot is an instant kill. Being a realistic game that we all know and love. As we see Doopy just ensuring that hatches are covered. Playing Wamar where he did sit them before behind a deployable shield. Using his Wamar's devices to his advantage just to allow him to have a little bit more time there if anything. Pull out a play, use their own utility like flashbangs against them.
The heavy roaming style here of MementoMori not really working out for them so far on coastline. I'm sure we're going to try and eventually see them try do something else here, as we still see Fish and AML on the heavy roam here, far from sight, looking to try and get 1 or 2 picks of Regicide before making that final push onto site.
Once again, we do see Regicide playing off of the windows, making use of every space that they can, open up all these different rooms, providing them line of sight further down the hallway, maybe even open up different walls towards other rooms. From there, trying to catch a player off guard, even through the rotates. Devon going straight into main lobby, through main doors, going towards security, where he knows a lot of action has been seen. Flashbangs coming in, blinding to Pancake, who tried to hold side. From there, is taken down, but Devon really well played, leaving into 5v4 situation. As I say, that Doopy is down, was currently bleeding out, have no teammates anywhere near him, who was playing on hatch, taken down by Eri. AML gets the trade against Devon, bringing it back to a 4v3 situation at Fish, not too far behind, taking down Mitch right now in a 3v3 situation.
MementoMori finally finding a little bit of their footing here in round 4, as it's now back down to a 3v3 situation. C4 being held here out by Fish as he looks for any sound cues to try and give that C4 a throw. It seems as though Regicide are looking to try and stack up and plant similar on bomb A. Dan the man with beautiful shots out here onto Eerie, a really great player who won the round for Regicide on round 3. The grenade being cooked here by Mystic, trying to move Dan the Man out from his spot. The smoke coming out from Dan the Man, but Mystic great shots off as Mystic goes for the plant here and is covered by his teammates. Minted in a 2v2 situation. AML sprays the floor looking for the kill onto Minted. Gets the shots off onto Minted and a 2k great shot here by AML to win it out for his team as Fish goes for the defuse.
AML playing within courtyard, catching one player within, of course, the start, and then from there catching a player off guard within blue bar. Of course, taking down the rest of the 2v2, not even relying on his team and trusting his own skill, his own aim, and performing just the way we expect him to. Seeing such an amazing play from the first map, the only player who reached double kills, performing once again off the information that his teammates have provided. Through there, as we can see, as the information of the stats being brought up, once again, we have a tight game on our hands. Of course, the kills are going through. It's not always about the kills to win the round. It depends on the time and if the Diffuser can go down. In a previous round, when it was still a 3v2, Diffuser was down. From there being picked up, at least pushing onto side. Honestly, at that point, blocking the gas canister, I don't think the smoke realized at that point, being in a very odd position, thinking a player was still outside within office, being taken down himself, bring back to the 2v2 situation, a couple of 6-pick being played as we see a Vigil being chosen. Very interesting. We have seen eventually, after MementoMori chose Vigil last time around, was a character that was banned. Of course, Devon this time choosing a shield operator being a Monty. Quite interesting. We haven't seen a Monty being played through the entire tournament, both myself and Cootie casted on where to see exactly what Devon has in store for us. Being a Monty coming inside, if anything, holding back the bomb, preventing access by the defending players to block it off.
Yeah, super excited for the 6th pick of Monty here. Absolutely love seeing some good Monty players. I'm sure they're going to try and utilize that, not to just give them information as they push on into rooms, but perhaps they're going to try and utilize that to go for a smoke plant here, especially being on Hookah door being a great spot there for that smoke plant. Once you can try and get control of the window and push the defenders back out from Hookah. A very important round, last round for MementoMori as they look to block the momentum here by the great Regicide attack on Coastline here. Regicide looking to try and start that momentum once again. AML and Fish again on the hard roam here. Sir Pancake and Dan the Man look to hold sight with Doobie down below. I do believe Doobie does have a C4 in pocket, which can come into a massive play here, especially once they start to look to push down Hookah. That C4 being taken out by Mitch as he gets the shots off here onto Doobie, and they look to take control of downstairs. AML rotating back down through kitchen as one of his teammates just fell in Sunrise. Fish looking to have a sneaky shot here as they try and peek down through courtyard. Shots coming out here by Fish, just tagging Mystic a little bit as Mitch looks to cover here. Mystic just on a low slither of health. As the smokes come out, we can hear the gridlocks playing down as Minted gets a great pick off onto Sir Pancake. A very important pick there, stopping all those lesions as Devon goes for the plants, but the smoke comes out here from Dan the Man. Devon still pushes deeper on in.
As we can see, Devon busy playing once he takes an impact. Currently super low, gets taken down from down below. Currently Diffuser being taken down with him. At this stage we're in a 4v3 situation of a player down, technically speaking a 3v3. Aggressive push by Fish, not only taking out Minted, who was repelling, takes down of course the down Monty, which playing with Devon. Every not too far behind on the balcony, taking down player. Right now we're in a 1v2 situation as AML takes down Mystic, currently on stairs. Harry is playing his Red Dog, playing on just on touch, trying to spray down onto the Bob stairs, being taken out by AML. Once again coming in clutch, playing from down below. We initially took down the shield operator. We was been playing with Devon, playing off Bob stairs, using that rotator hold to his full advantage, winning the round once again for MementoMori. Currently a 3-2. Very close game, a lot closer than we saw for the first time around. At this stage, MementoMori getting that confidence back, getting that momentum that we all love and see. But of course, Regicide making use of the full control over drones. We did see early on AML within Kitchen being droned out. From there, moving back as soon as one of his fellow roamers who was taken down, meets an upper Fish. From there, moving back towards Sarts. As we can see, a 6 pick from Airy being Sledge, Very interesting choice. Will they expect a fake out from the sledge, as we've seen how important it was to, of course, open up the top floor. 6 pick from Sledge, faking it out towards the Sledge. Now we have Mitch as Jackal. We once you find those roamers and pinpoint them and sandwich, of course, the roamer with the use of his teammates. From there, getting an initial player advantage, moving towards sides, and hopefully winning the round.
No, a great push there by Fish. Up cool vibes there to pick out both of the Zafira hanging on the window on rappel, but also finishing up that Monty who had pushed in and was looking for the plant. A very important push there by Fish, being the aggressive player that he is. MementoMori looking to try and gain some control here after their first map victory, being a 7-1 victory on Cafe, really dominant in the defensive side. Now they're put a little bit onto their back foot here on Coastline, looking to try and push to a 3-3 situation as we go into half-time here.
Once again, Regicide has not found a counter to the aggressive plays by MementoMori. Yes, very close going into half-time, where Regicide will be able to defend, knowing how comfortable they are towards the defending side, where they have got a previous round on map 1. We have AML once again playing super close to the opposing player, who's currently wrapping upside down, having the top pot open. He cannot see, pulling back away. AML missing shots, but expecting him to be top right. Minter does spot out the player, moving back towards, at this stage, master bedroom side. So Pancake as well, just holding out, making a bigger rotate for himself, so he can pre-fire straight down the doorway.
Absolutely great and aggressive play being put out here from both teams, just trying to kind of hold off this attacking side and put them in an awkward situation, making sure they don't ever feel too comfortable here. Devon looking to push straight through kitchen door here with a quick peek or wiggle peek coming out by him. And no players so far, with a minute 45 seconds left in the round, no players getting any shots off one another here, as Mystic pushes straight through into main lobby here, looking to push into the bathroom, peeks down all the way through to bar. Minted with the great shots off onto AML, putting him in a 4v5 lead here, but a reply coming back here from Dan the man off the shots onto Mystic. The pre-fire absolutely perfect with a minute 20 seconds left. Regicide don't have much map control here, as 3 players are now moved into sight.
Both Devon and Mitch playing in the main lobby, as one of the previous players who was, of course, Mystic, taken down within the toilets itself, where Dan the man is playing close with Doopy. Doopy playing super aggressive, wide peeking Devon, taking him down. Right now in a 3v4 situation in favor of MementoMori. As I said, Dan also one to getting kills, taking down Mitch. Minted taking down Doopy, bringing back to a 2v3. Very interesting to see how these two players were playing really aggressive or holding side, being counter-attacked by the opposing team. So area, of course, Minted playing off one another, who were very crucial players within the initial start. We first, of course, broke off the utilities while the defenders rotating around through the opportunity of course, the teammates did provide. There you get Minted taking down Dan the man, who was currently playing within server's entrance. Once again, Eri be taken down within toilets, and to try to fake out the defuse. Realize the player will be peeking him, tries to go towards his teammates, who was taken down by Fish, who's playing as Pulse from main lobby. The shots are being traded, and of course, Sir Pancake not too far behind to shoot through the soft wall that was open for a rotate hole. Ready, well played. Not only denying access to the diffuser, from there just denying the entire plant. Going straight into half-time, being such a tired game, brought back 3-3. Because Regicide, first of all, getting the first initial 2 rounds. Now, for the past 3 rounds, we have MementoMori bringing it back, having a 3-round lead to the name.
You know, bringing it back to a 3v3 is very, very important here for MementoMori, as they look to try and grab their map back from the Regicide team here. Super important to note, we saw, Fish, as soon as they realized that Regicide weren't really trying to go and pick out those roamers, they were going to go straight for a plant in the kitchen entrance there. Vigil rotated back down with Pulse to try and give his team that information. There was only 4 players left on the MementoMori side, but all 4 of them were on site, holding hard angles or giving information to their team there. It's a great change of pace here from MementoMori, especially compared to their style and strats in their last couple rounds, and especially their last game here against Regicide. I don't think Regicide were expecting, all four of their players to be holding hard angles there.
Mystic current campaigning Goyo shields right in front of kitchen window. That's of course been extremely important. If it is broken, it denies access for the attackers who might want to save it, try getting it inside, keeping it there. But if it is broken down, of course, it will prevent them from jumping into side, wasting a couple of seconds. We do have a Jaeger ADS system preventing anything coming in that might possibly ruin it for the defense inside. Of course, the defense want the opposing players to just jump in, and of course, burn out the entire area, pushing the attackers towards a side that is open up, allowing the defense to pick them off one by one. Currently, we see Fish working his way up to the top floor where he had his drone previously. Moving quickly in, we see Devon taking on Dan, the man, Doopy, right behind, getting a trade, taking down Devon. Once again, we're in a 4v4 situation so early on around, so 2 minutes and 29 seconds remaining. Really good play from there, working off of one another. Getting those trades is extremely crucial. Still having 4 players and still go through the plan. Still open up top floor control. Having the drones come out, doing the most once again. Finding not only the bomb, but finding any players who might prove to be a hassle. We have seen Regicide, of course, being a more defensive team, holding south and having majority of the players roaming, getting those initial peaks.
So Pancake here busy droning out top floor while Fish kind of pushes through, making sure that there's no roamers upstairs and they can slowly make their way down onto site. We see the support play coming out here from Sir Pancake. Absolutely brilliant to support the fragger here of Fish, who has been extremely aggressive throughout this matchup and getting a lot of kills and getting those frags, those very important frags for his team.
Right now, making a way towards Sunrise Bar, of course, being a very large room. Taking side, really jumping in, making use of the full pool entrance, securing honestly a good portion of the map. Opposite the kitchen where the bomb is, trying to spray straight down. Trying to find the opposing player is, of course, taken down, but Airy taking down Dynamite Man. From there, we get trades throughout 3v3 situation, having the Jaeger get taken down. Only the Goyo, the Mute, and the Smoke are left behind to hold sides. AML, of course, being provided information by Fish, who is above. Knows there is a roamer busy holding a tight angle, waiting for the aggressive push. From there, we see Mystic playing as Goyo, watching straight from sides from the Aquarian hallway.
Looked like Fish was trying to wait there for Sir Pancake's drone to help him drone a little bit further in. Fish just waiting for some information before making any moves. With 40 seconds left on the clock, MementoMori have just slides control over top floor here, trying to get rid. The pings come out here by Sir Pancake, and Fish gets some beautiful shots off here onto Mystic, taking it down to a 2v3 situation. Great support play and great droning work coming out here from Sir Pancake, and great utilization of all of that information here by Fish, as that AML takes out Eerie. Minted takes out AML, but Fish finishing it off with Minted. Absolutely great round here by MementoMori in a huge reply back to the Regicide defense.
A very crucial round, especially in the first round in the half time. Going in favor of MementoMori at this stage, they only need 3 more rounds in order to take map 2, which was their choice. From there, going into map 3, then only needed 1 more map to win the entire thing. Of course, Regicide only being 1 round down, having such a massive influence towards how this game went in the first half. Once again, we have the stats being pulled up, seeing how these players progress through every couple of rounds. So Pancake taking the Fuser straight away as a mono, trying to be the last player behind. Through there, of course, opening up the different opportunities for the players. Going straight back to Blue Bar and Sunrise, where we did see the opposing team, of course, winning within. Freezer side, of course, towards Kitchen. From here, can we see something similar? Can we see such another amazing aggressive push from MementoMori, who just went straight towards South? Maybe this time around, we'll see them enter from Kitchen side, making their way across the entire east side of the map, and then from there, going towards South.
Great gameplay coming out here from both of these sides, really showing us why they are the teams in this final. Massive congrats to both these teams for working so hard and giving us such an incredible show. just want to thank everyone while we're at a an opportunity to do so. Thank you everyone for tuning in for this grand final of the Meraki Major. It's been an absolutely incredible tournament. We've had some massive teams fall. We've had some massive plays being made. It's been absolutely great. Right now, jumping straight back into the match, Mystic looking for a hard hold here, losing a lot of his health with 3 of the MementoMori players on the push here, pulls out the shotgun for the close interaction that he is about to have. Should be a great push here by MementoMori as they look to hold him. He tries to rotate out, but Doopy gets the shot off. A great push there to get Mystic out of that situation. Their MementoMori taking some map control here away from Regicide with 2 minutes 15 seconds left on the map. They're moving extremely quickly and they look to take map control efficiently.
Once again, we can see the majority of the Regicide players holding down sides. You see DP, where previously one of the players falling within security. Beautiful Maestro drones coming in right above the doorway within blue bar. Cannot be spotted, not too sure exactly where. That now that you know it is being done previously, Sophia is going to take it out of one of the Sophia charges. Beautiful play there, not only wasting a utility by Sophia, but of course taking down a drone with it, even hinting a bit of damage towards the Bonner. We initially did not know where it came from. Beautiful nades, flashbangs coming from the Bonner, allowing their teammates who are ready to push blue bar very hard, taking on the mute. We were sitting behind blue bar, currently blind as well. DP get caught in the middle of a reload, taking down the Mitch in a 3v4 situation. We have Uri once again playing as Maestro outside of blue bar in the hallway, ready to spray down any opposing players who come in. Mention spotted a player, try to get a very tight angle on top of the player behind the doorway, but cannot connect the shots. Eri, once again, we did mention before, taking on Fish. AMR currently taking down Eri. Beautiful trades coming in, bring it back to super close game. We do have match within Courtyard being played as Jaeger, where we have seen it, of course, the defending side win this from time and time again. Diffuser is down, so 28 seconds going for the defuse. I don't think the attacking players can have an angle straight away. We do see Mitch sticking through it, only has milliseconds left, and of course defenders win the round, being held back from the outside in a very difficult spot for the opposing players to not only jump through the window and getting the player who is defusing, maybe expecting a fake, but having that entire wall open by blue bar from Courtyard, allowing entry from the defenders.
Bringing it back now to a 4-4 situation. It's great gameplay here as these two teams slug it out here on the map 2 of this grand final here. Mitch going for that sneaky ninja defuse. The shot's just not coming off there by Fish from the outside. It was a great push there by MementoMori as they gained map control before going for that plant, but a great retake there from the Regicide team, able to completely, I guess, control the final gameplay there. Once Diffuser had gone down, they were able to regain that map control, push any of the MementoMori players out from key positions there, which allowed, Menta to just go, allowed Mitch to go for that defuse.
Once again, going on to the second floor, being built, of course, Hooker Lounge, where we have not seen this quite just yet, or I'd love to see exactly what Momentum have installed for us at this point. Of course, Regicide being a very powerful team, when attacking, they prove to make the start look like it was something easy and something to be proud of when pushing through. We do have the hatch open from Hooker Lounge, looking straight down into the opposing floor, try to catch any player who might not notice straight away from Sunrise. Been a very crucial point to hold. Once again, we see the ADS system coming into play in a beautiful deployable shield, allowing Eri to play very safely in between Voss and the, of course, cool Bob instead, having a low rating way to protect him. From there, you can look straight into towards Terrasad. Quite interesting to see exactly how this all comes down. Having the attacking players from MementoMori once again making their way to the first floor, going up together towards DJ booth, try to make their way slowly but surely as a team, push towards clear out all the initial rooms towards master bedroom.
Great clearing room here by the MementoMori team as DP looks to push a little bit there, setting it up for any flank coming out here from the Regicide team with 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining on the map. MementoMori still looking to try and clear out any of these roamers. AML pushing all the way into VIP Lounge, looking for any angles that he can towards hookah area. Fish pushing very quickly through onto 90 here. The utility coming out, trying to clear down hallway. Shots coming out as Erie takes a brunt of it, left on 25% health. Shots coming out from AML here as they try and open up some sights down onto a bomb. It looks like they have also rotated all the way out as Mitch is still roaming down below, but needs to realize that they have placed a ton of nomads on the staircase. I do believe it seems as though MementoMori are also looking, they currently have control over security, over hallway there, as well as aquarium as the stuns come out onto Devon. Devon takes out one of the drones looking for that information utility here.
Right now, VIP Lounge having full control by the attackers and aquarium being pushed. Right now, the remaining defenders are currently sandwiched on sub being taken down, but Dan the man taking on Devon, trying to rotate to the other bombs. So try to pull back to where you know to save. DP busy running his way through, try to catch a player behind Bird's bar. Right now, GP's taking down himself, being caught off guard. So Pancake not fragmented and does indeed in a 3v4 situation. Mystic on a slither of health. RQ falls, who is being played by AML, being taken down by Mystic once again. 3v3 situation. Diffuser still in hand. Dan the man taking down Mystic. Right now we have Mitch once again playing from down below, heavily tagging the opposing team, trying to find a player who's going for the defuse. We see the player on Kuval being says being been taken down by Fit. Currently in a 1v3 situation, Mitch playing from down below. Trying to push a pool Bob and says we knows Fish, who is being played by Ash, gets blinded himself, making him back to a 1v2 situation. Can he pull it back? Can Mitch make this dream possible? Allowing them to get one more round up, closer to 7 rounds, allowing them to win map 2. Still being super low himself, having a player still far back from the opposing balcony. Mitch trying to peek wide, gets his player. Ree is currently grappled in a 1v1 situation as he takes down. So Pancake has no idea where the opposing player is. 10 seconds and counting. Diffuser is going down. Still far away, did not know exactly which side was busy. Planting, going for it, has only 2 seconds remaining. Tries, unfortunately, time was taken down. Beautifully played by the attacking side, but Mitch coming in clutch, taking down so many players, allowing him so many opportunities being sprayed down. But Dan the man across on the ruins, really well played by both sides. I don't think we could have asked for such a close game, especially going towards the end of map 2.
Yeah, great hold there by MementoMori, really able to protect that diffuser well, pushing all the way back onto Ruin's side to try and get that peak all the way through onto the billiards room. I don't think the Jaeger realized at that point that he was all the way by Ruins. Perhaps could have gone for another ninja diffuse, getting the cover from that wall. It didn't look like that Dan the man could get any shots off onto Mitch from that one angle. It was really just the angle of Mitch running across the window there for a billiards room. But we are going to see a little bit of a switch up here as we go into a kitchen hold, something that we saw come from the first time Regicide were trying to defend. MementoMori obviously taking that round away from them with a 1 round lead. Now MementoMori look to win round 10 and go on to match point here for map 2.
Super interesting how close this game has been. Ready slugging it out towards to get map 2. Reggie under the belt. Regicide ready do lead this map. Of course, it won't be the deciding factor just yet, but knowing that you are 2 maps down, needing to of course being the best of 5, not having the odds going for you. Which once again busy reinforcing towards Sunrise with his teammate who's busy currently playing as mute. 9 any access bar of course. So Pancake we once again choosing Havana with the fuser in hand. Can't wait to see exactly how this kicks off. Airy only of course reinforcing a handful of spots. A beautiful trade, but Doopy taking on Mystic. Devon taking down Doopy. Dan the man finishing it up and taking down Devon so early on. Only 20 seconds concluding within the match. Having one player on MementoMori, the attacking side, been taken down. While 2 of the defending players, we still need all the players that need towards the final fight being taken down so early on. Right now in favor of MementoMori. We only need 2 more rounds to win map 2.
Great and aggressive gameplay coming out here for round 10 with still a 2 minutes 15 seconds left on the clock. We're left in a 3v4 situation here. This round's being played extremely quickly as we see Minted here trying to hold toilets with a shotgun. Fish looking to try and get rid of that barbed wire while also standing on the top of staircase there. Looks like Surf Pancake trying to open up some holes here so they can try and move the defenders out from behind the bar.
Right now, Tom taking down only 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. Mitch busy prone within pool. Entrance spraying down the opposing player. Cannot connect his shots. Gets traded back by AML, who was initially caught off guard in that situation. Right now, reuniting together, pushing together from Sunrise Bar and Blue Bar pushing together. We have Minton still holding main lobby counter. Randy, can he go back around, push through security, catch any players off guard? We do have a Solar Pancake rotating around, currently in a 1v4 situation, taking down Minton. Last player, Harry, with a beautiful Nacho Soul, taking down Fish. With only 3 players left on the attacking side, can Airy pull it back, making it back 5-5 in terms of rounds. 1 player goes down, currently down. The banner went down. AML right around the corner to support his teammate. Ready, well played. Currently the last round. MementoMori needs just 1 more to take map 2, which of course is their map. Then from there, going to map 3. Just a friendly reminder once again, it is Consulate.
Absolutely great gameplay coming out here from both sides. We saw Dan the Man getting that pick out onto Minted, who was hiding there just in front of front entrance behind the desk there. Before we just flicked off there, I saw that Minted had his small SMG out. I thought that he was definitely going to be able to get the shots off onto the Zofia there, or at least catch the Zofia by surprise. But Dan the Man with some incredible shots. Absolutely beautiful C4 there that we saw from Regicide. It's bringing it back down to a 3v1. But the final shot's going MementoMori's way. It looks like we're going to go back down to Blue Bar, which has been probably Regicide's best defense so far. They've now defended the site twice successfully. Being a 4-6 match point, it's almost all or nothing here for Regicide as they look to try and take MementoMori's map away from them.
We have seen, of course, Blue Ball come into play. Once again, we do have the entire bottom half of the softball within Courtyard being opened up, where Mitch previously just crawled through, and from there diffuse, because from there the opposing players from the ruined side could not connect the shots, only having just over 5 seconds to get the diffuse down, push it through the window. By that point it was too late. Once again, we have Eric been playing as Master and using his evil eyes in such interesting spots. Even the attackers were not too sure at one stage where they were coming from. First time around, we see Mystic playing Ella with the Ella Mons in hand behind the deployable shield within office. Just trying to buy a little bit more time. We have seen the attacking players push from this point, making their way towards Sat, allowing the players within Sunrise Bar to shoot right through, try to hold them back, but that point bomb is down. Players are traded. Still in a 5v5 situation. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. At this stage, we haven't seen a player get dropped so early within the round until this point.
Great to see here MementoMori taking a lot of map control here and using a lot of utility there by Doopy to make sure that the flank doesn't come out here from Regicide as Devon takes out Fish. A great pick here by the roamer of Regicide, now putting the MementoMori attack kind of on the back foot here, swings out right. Devon pulls the pistol to go out for shots, but doesn't realize that there's 2 and gets downed himself as the shots coming out here onto the gridlock. Gets downed by Eerie, who pushed up onto the Cool Vibe stairs in support of his roaming player upstairs. We're now in a 3v4 situation here with a lot of gunfights coming out and a lot of losses from the MementoMori side, trying to get rid of those roamers. They're now looking to try and get onto sites, take a little bit of site control before going for the plant. We still see AML all the way upstairs looking for the hunt of any roamers that are remaining. Eerie down at the bottom of Cool Vibe stairs, with Mystic rotating back into Bomb A as Sir Pancake gets some beautiful shots here onto Minted, clearing out Bomb B. We might see them try and take and, or at least push into Bomb B here and try and get some shots out as AML is on the top floor, probably looking for some vertical gameplay, especially once the diffuser goes down. Eerie not really sure what to do in this position, whether to push back into Bomb B or not. And Dan the man with some great shots coming out of Sunrise Bar. Mitch laying down Dan the man in that refrag there. It's now a 1v2 situation as the diffuser goes down. We do see that there is a player upstairs, AML, but great shots coming out here from Sir Pancake, who was being pinged at the time. Mitch falls and MementoMori take the round away.
MementoMori at this stage already taking map 1, Witch Cafe, and now map 2. Being the best of 5, they just need one more map. Can MementoMori take it all? Going back to the Twitter poll, 55% of you guys did believe MementoMori has what it takes to win everything. Regicide, of course, every map at this stage getting closer and closer until this point. Can we see something similar? We do see the stats up on the screen now. So many players making over the double digits. But this game is more about the kills and, of course, more about the teamwork. Right on the synergy, right on the information being relayed is on point. We have seen Mitch in that last couple of plays in a 1v2 situations where he did almost win it for his team from a 1v3 situation, getting not only 2 players but still getting onto side, getting a last defuse. Honestly, Kudi, what a game have we had here today. Being the PC finals long awaited through the entire week. All the knockout stages, seen the very best of the best within the PC community. Honestly, I can't wait to see what map 3 has for us. Being consulates, do you think MementoMori at this stage can just take everything, win the entire thing, winning a 3-0, of course, being the first map being super in favor of them. Map 2 being fairly close in terms of rounds. Can't wait to see what's to happen. Kudi, I think, of course, being the stats man and the analyst between us, what is your opinion on the situation?
You know, I really wouldn't take anything away from Regicide here. They're playing incredibly well. We saw them take the first 3 rounds there in Coastline, after which they were really replied back there from MementoMori, going 4 rounds in a row, putting it back to a 4v3. Regicide were able to reply to that with a 1-round win, but then once they had that 1-round win, were not able to keep that momentum. MementoMori just coming back, immediately taking the next 2 rounds and ending up that map. So Regicide getting a good start to that map, but slowly losing their footing with the pressure constantly being applied by MementoMori. It seemed as though MementoMori in the start of the map needed to slightly adjust the way that they were playing that map. You know, they were playing that map very similar to what we saw in Cafe, and yes, that did work for them out on Cafe. But once Regicide had adjusted to that game style, they were able to pick out those roamers a lot more, I guess, just in an easier sense. MementoMori then pushed back onto roaming in, you know, duos there and getting those important refrag picks. Once that was done, there was really not much that the Regicide team could do against them. You're just constantly seeing that back and forth coming along. It looks like we are going to try and take a 5-minute break here for these players as we've just finished up these first 2 maps. So definitely stay tuned as we jump into Consulate for our next map and we watch these 2 giant teams go head to head.
We'll be back soon, especially heading into map 3 being consulates. As my co-caster did say, stay tuned, and of course, let's see what happens. It's been such a tight game. Until then, we'll see you in the next 5 minutes.
sun. But we were flames and fell in love. We burnt the cities down, down. Thought you learned your lesson. You won't be lonely if you fall in love. Over and over again and again.
Welcome back. Going into map 3 being consulates. So far, just a friendly reminder of what happened previously. MementoMori taking the first two maps. First map, of course, going the way as planned. Second map being fairly close. Right now, we do have all the players ready. So I think without further ado, let's just head straight into it and see who takes home map 3. If MementoMori, of course, win this map, they win the entire best of 5. And from there, win the cash prize pool for first place. What an exciting matchup that we have seen here today. Honestly, Kurik, feel free to add on to that at this stage. Seeing how powerful the defense is for MementoMori, can you expect them, especially for how map 3 is going to be Regicide starting on attack? Do you think they have a plan, especially being their map choosing to start on attack? Do you think they're ready to counter the roamers and the very aggressive defense that we have been seeing across the 2 maps so far?
You know, the MementoMori defense really coming out there on Cafe as they went on a 7-1 victory there against Regicide. Coastline being a little bit more important there for Regicide as they put a 3-round win into the MementoMori defense. Again, on console, MementoMori starting on the defensive side. It'll be interesting to see if Regicide are able to take any of those rounds away from MementoMori. This being obviously Regicide's map, they are looking to use their strats heavy on here to try and pick apart this MementoMori play style. As the defensive, as the ban phases start coming out here, we see a ban from Capital. Looking back a little bit on MementoMori's stats here on Consulates, the last time they played Consulates during this tournament was against Titan Odyssey, where they went into overtime to take the map away from Titan at an 8-6 advantage. You see a Thermite Thatcher ban coming out here. Sorry, not a Thermite, a Thatcher ban coming out here. Very typical from these two teams. We've seen a Thatcher ban now on every single map.
From the attacking side, once again, we do see the Capital back to back. This is so far the most consistent ban, if I say the ban phase that we've ever seen. Even a Valkyrie coming into play, as we see how the evil hours have came into play for MementoMori towards the end. I mean, even through Regicide, how useful those key points were. Not only taking out drones, but damaging players and removing any utilities from the attacking side. Can we expect another mirror, especially seeing how powerful she was, especially such a feared operator that was prevented from the 2 previous maps? Seeing Legion being banned is super interesting, especially how much has played Legion in the past. Honestly, coming super close to it, using his Legion trap not only to slow down the opposing team, but to deal some damage along the way. They also provide a very crucial key sound cue that, of course, knowing where you place them will be triggered from their playing off that information, providing that information towards your teammates.
Absolutely incredible to see here. We're seeing a very similar lineup coming out here from the MementoMori team, bringing that Mozzie once again for that drone denial. Doopy picking up the Rook. We're seeing a kind of similar, a typical lineup here from the Regicide team with the Hard Breacher of Habana. Minted once again playing on the Sophia, someone that they've been playing pretty much on every map in every strat here. Been absolutely brilliant. Moving into where the MementoMori decide to start their absolute domination here in the defense, as we've seen so far. Kind of a do or die moment here for the Regicide side as they look to try and take their first map against MementoMori.
MementoMori, of course, normally starting on the first floor or as low as they can go, because their roamers love to work right above, protecting their players down below. Of course, going into consider there are 3 floors, your basement, your main floor, and the floor above. Once again, we'll see, as we already are seeing Fish and AML working off one another, and Dan the man having your 3 roamers, which we love to see from MementoMori, of course, working in their favor, opening up main lobby hatch from their watching front door, and even the push towards spiral stairs from down below. Very interesting turn of events. We have seen them play in a situation before, of course, taking the map once again. As you just hear, the Regicide have been fairly close on this map, coming to halftime. Can we expect something similar? Can halftime going away? As my co-caster Kudu did state, this is pretty much do or die for them. If they can't pull back this round, it will be a 3-0. But even if that does happen, neither side can say it was an easy game. A lot of feelings, a lot of pressure is on these players. Of course, having everyone, even having casters, speak over the gameplay is very frightening. But these players have been in this position before, still performing some beautiful holds. But Doopy at this point, of course, previously known as Fish, really doing their part in helping their team take the victory.
Regicide really just droning out the eastern side of the map here, gaining control over admin office as they look to push through. Dan the Man punishing out Eerie here, bringing it back down to a 4v5 situation. Devon taking a little bit of damage there in that engagement. Dan the Man holding tight on doorway with that beautiful shotgun coming out from smoke. Seems as though Regicide have all stacked up here along the side of admin here as Devon with some beautiful shots out here onto Doopy, bringing it back down to a 4v4 situation. They're trying to now open it up here onto meeting room to try and push Dan the Man out of his position. Devon with the Habana charges coming out here, trying to open up some angles to try and push Dan the Man out of his position here. He rotates down and great shots coming out here from AML. Support player pushing out here, really just supporting Dan the Man as he rotates down. Fish coming out with a beautiful shot onto Devon, putting Regicide in a 2v4 situation here. Dan the Man rotating all the way back down here, but getting picked out here by Mitch, pushing down Spiral Staircase. Mystic looking down through hatch, hoping to catch one of the players off by surprise, and does so. Manages to catch the shot off onto Fish. So Pancake and AML now left in a 2v2 situation with the diffuser going down. Looks like Mystic is about to get it down as Sir Pancake looks to push. AML still trying to rotate back from basement side. Shots coming out here by Sir Pancake. Absolutely beautiful onto Mitch. Gets the second onto Mystic. Absolutely beautiful with 30 seconds left on the defuse. Is able to get the defuse off and wins the round for MementoMori. A great defense here by Sir Pancake. Once again doing that final hold and map control take back from the attacking side.
Pancake once again being very comfortable with LMG in hand, yes, having the bullet advantage and controlling that spray beautifully, pre-fired through that wooden counter, which of course is penetrable, and from there not only finding the first opposing player but finding both of them, making it back to 2-0, allowing the defenders with ease, still plenty time on the clock to defuse from there. Of course, I think a very vital information that we did not actually pick up there, which did not come into play, having AML rotate from the bottom of what stairs, making all the way back to the top floor. From there, playing off lobby hatch, which we did mention earlier in that round. From there, he could have seen both players, and if needed to finish up with the last place that, of course, the opposing team would expect them to be. Of course, already having time tick down, having one of the players ready trapped within public bathroom. Very interesting turn of events. Well, now we're heading straight to the basement where we will have a garage and cafeteria hold.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, great defense coming out here for MementoMori. Just looking back at the past maps, you know, looking at both Cafe and Coastline, MementoMori taking both maps in a 7-1-7-5. The 7-5 being, or I guess Coastline being 7-5. Extremely close game there between Regicide and MementoMori. Regicide just really being able to pick apart the MementoMori defense. Consulate is not, or is exactly in the same situation here. Even in the beginning part of the first round, the Regicide really had a lot of map control and were really able to gain a lot, I guess, just of map control against the MementoMori defense there, which is great to see. Just Sir Pancake just finishing it out in a beautiful style.
As we see Regicide making their way to the top floor once again, try to get a top floor ground control, making their way down to the many stairs on this map. Of course, having the 3 main stairs, as I'll say that AML takes down Mitch, ready bringing it back to a 4v4 situation. Airy taking out Doopy, 2 massive blows towards both teams. AML just holding administration office, preventing any player from jumping in. Mystic taking the chance, pushing up of his team at Menton, where they do know there is a player still top floor, clearing out every room slowly but surely. Menton and AML know they're very close. AML using the stairs to his advantage, just barely having his head stick out, taking down Menton in a 3v4 situation, moving the way down, trying to clear all the different rooms, moving his way back to start, and from there finishing up with the rest of his teammates.
See the first C4 coming out here by Fish, leaving them in a 3v4 situation. As Pet was saying, a brilliant play there by AML, utilizing the staircase to give himself as much advantage as possible when peeking there. Just putting the attacking team of Regicide in a slightly on the back foot there as they look to try and push straight onto Garage and not deal with those roams anymore.
As we can see, garage door has already been breached with Mystic coming into yellow door, sitting on yellow stairs, supporting Devon, who is currently making use of the mono holes that have been placed. We still have players up above, which is extremely crucial. As we can see, we have Airy once again being played as Jackal, holding a very tight angle behind White Van. As I said, Devon takes on Dan the man through the banner breach hole, which we saw through a brilliant peek. Of course, now Diffuser is going down, being protected by two of the teammates, still in a 3v3 situation. As I said, Devon is punished, going for plant by Fish, being supported by AML, brought back to a 3v1 where Mystic is stuck on yellow stairs. Mystic does find the shot, taking down Fish, bringing it back to 1v2, try to play off of the Diffuser, pulling back outside where the garage door has been breached. As you can see, no player is there just yet, so Diffuser has not been planted down, has to be picked up. Aim also on yellow stairs is Mystic at this stage aware where the players are, peeking really wide. AML taking down a player, very unfortunate situation. Plant being prevented in that situation, and the defenders, of course, from there on, using their number advantage to their own favor, manipulating how the attacker would play.
Great round there by MementoMori. Again, doing a very similar strat that we saw on Cafe, just trying to waste as much time by forcing Regicide to try and track down all of those, far roamers. Then slowly just moving closer and closer to sight. These roamers never really just giving an inch or even a section of the map here to Regicide, making them fight for every single step. Regicide just losing a lot of health, having to use a lot of utility, trying to maneuver their way around the map here. And by the time they needed to push down onto sites, time was running down, and they needed to worry about all of these players being able to collapse down on them while they were trying to plant. We're now going to see a shift in pace here, with us going all the way to the top floor.
Very interesting turn of events, especially for MementoMori's side, seeing how brilliantly the bottom floors have worked in their favors, going straight to the top, not really worrying about the opposing team entering from administration office. At this point, giving them complete ground control, which we have seen them, of course, defend against. But like we love to see their roamers take top floor control from there, working their way all the way down, supporting each other. And from here, can we see something similar, or we just see a top ground hold from the defending side? If anything, having three players on the defending side, which we usually do see, holding down bomb, having the roamers hold towards admin office.
It seems as though Regicide are going to try and gain control over admin here. Once they have control over admin, they can start trying to make that push, opening up that hole, or I guess the wall on server stairs, to look down towards meeting room where bomb A is situated. Once they get control over that admin office, they can also then push through down onto the hallway above by spiral staircase and try and open up those walls onto meeting room, try and push any of the defensive players that are trying to hold down bomb A out from their positions. That player there in that position right now is Dan the man, as we see a shield being placed there down hallway just in front of consular front desk, looking down towards admin office, expecting the push to come from there. It seems as though Regicide already have full control there of admin office. Devon peeks out to take some quick shots there. We see Devon losing a lot of the Hibana charges as he tries to open up the wall there to try and force Dan the man to rotate. Vincent looking for a slight peek there down in towards meeting room as Fish looks to rotate it down yellow here.
As we did see before, we still have a few players playing down below from the attacking side. Try to hold back any of the attacking players Doopy playing behind the deployable shield, trying to hold back the players pushing from admin. As I say that Doopy is taken down, first being down, then being finished. Mitch with a beautiful push from down below from AML, right behind him, catching him off guard. As I say that, Minton taking on Dan, but man, right now in a 3v4 situation, Nachosol's coming into play. Minton being heavily tagged by the Nachosol, Fish not too far behind to finish what his teammates started. Eri being down, having diffuser in hand, currently in a 2v2 situation. Of course, Eri is down, so he's out of the play unless teammate can get to him. At this stage, defenders have the diffuser, but are they aware? Still making use of the Master Evil Oz through information, of course, from their fellow players with, of course, busy rotating through cameras at this point. Devon playing within private bathroom, spraying to the player on site and does connect these shots, taking down Fish, who currently is up to AML, who we last saw within main lobby. As you can see, he's still there trying to find the player down below, busy pre-firing certain spots where they are known to plant. Unfortunately, cannot connect at this point. Have 40 seconds remaining. Still has to get onto side. Still have to deal with 3 players at this stage. Eri was picked up in a 1v3. Devon is busy holding stairs, pulling back towards a better angle where he can make use of the furniture to his advantage. AML playing from private bathroom to come back to the rotate towards the white stairs. Ready, well played. One of the attacking players went downstairs to the main lobby where the diffuser was planted so they can help out from down below and be protected.
Attackers need to protect the diffuser.
Absolutely great play here by AML as he is desperate to try and catch these players off guard. With 5 seconds remaining, it doesn't look like he's going to get the defuse down as Gary gets the final shots off onto AML. And Regicide take their first round here on map 2 against MementoMori. An absolutely great push. Once that diffuser went down, they just looked to protect it. AML all the way downstairs, needing to rotate all the way back up through yellow.
Really well played. This is exactly what Regicide need. Playing honestly right behind the deployable shield, which you would think will help out the person going for the defuse, but having such a punch hole in such a vital point, allowing the player drop down towards hatch, not even as well. Amo dropping down the hatch, trying to find the player down below. At that point, only 20 seconds remaining. It'll be near impossible for him not go back up the stairs, give him his position once again. Still trying to get back towards side where there was a player on balcony watching the window straight towards the diffuser. Ready well played by Regicide, putting the defenders in a very difficult spot to not only get to the diffuser but to defuse as well.
We're seeing very similar lineups coming out here, but for the first time, we're finally seeing a mirror being brought out here by MementoMori. Obviously, on both Cafe and Coastline, we saw mirror bans. So mirror finally being utilized down below as we see to try and hold out the servers.
Being within archive side, very interesting. Of course, having Archives Corridor is a very important wall towards Archives, of course, Corridor. Having just only railings watching into that server section, having so many hatches within that room as well, having one in Electric, one in that Archives Corridor, which we were just previously speaking about, and one within Archives itself. Having that top main visa office control will prove extremely important for MementoMori, which we have seen them be able to hold top round from their playing back. Right now, of course, when having a Cade, they won't be able to guarantee success holding that, but like you did state previously, Kuri, that we do have a mirror in play. Very interesting to see exactly how this mirror will come into play. Of course, Echo won't be into play because of the recent bugs with him, and of course being banned from the competitive scene. Of course, being a very competitive and professional tournament, we have included the same rules as we would expect from higher level plays.
Seems as though Regicide are looking to take control here of Garage as they look now to push down towards the Archives side. They will be met by 3 of the MementoMori players who are playing hard on site, with Dan the man holding upstairs by himself. Obviously in Visa Teller's area. Great shots coming out here from Doopy, who was holding down on yellow stairs. while Devon gets the shots off onto Fish, bringing it back down to a 4v4 situation. Shots coming out from Dan the Man onto Spiral Staircase here as the player rotates back up, looks to peek. Titan gets the shots off. Dan the Man taking out Devon. Absolutely great mechanical skills there by Dan the Man himself. Seems as though all the other players from Regicide are down below as they look to try and push up towards Archives.
As you can see, the players entering from garage side, already having a large corridor control, and from cafeteria side, pushing towards side, of course, not having players right above anymore. Doopy taking on Airy, who of course was in locker hallway. Mystic finding out Doopy. Minton finish up, so Pancake and Dan the Man taking out Minton with the trade. Once again, MementoMori taking round 4, making a 3-1. Very close games, ready, well played. And of course, the mirror coming into play, but as you did say before, Dan the Man, with that SMG-11, with such mechanical skill, been able to not only control the recoil, but find these very difficult angles to play off of, dropping down Electric Room Hatch, playing through that soft wall that has been previously opened up by his fellow teammates. As you can see on the screen right now, the stats are being displayed, and AML once again hitting close to double digits, still early on within the game.
You know, that rotate by Dan the Man through Electrical Hatch, extremely important in that situation. The call came out that all of Regicide's players were pushing down below. They were about to push Archives. The second he heard the call out that they were busy pushing Archives and that the mirror fell, as soon as the mirror fell, you saw Dan the Man drop down and get that final shot off there. Very great, great call outs there by his team for that rotate. They now look to stay downstairs after such a powerful hold here, moving into round 5, a 3-1 lead over Regicide on the third map here. Plet, what do you think is kind of going through Regicide's mind right now?
Regicide being down 2 maps until this point as well, being down 2 rounds. We did mention before it's do or die, and they are very aware of that. Knowing how brilliant MementoMori have been playing for the past couple of days, of the major upset that they have caused, still have a lot to prove. It isn't over just yet, but through Regicide's mind, of course, they realize they are making small mistakes, maybe even shots not being connected. From now on, I think they must just stick together. Honestly, they're probably just figuring out what they can do to, if I could say, even get the player advantage so early on, pinpoint these players, work off one another. Last time we saw them in Garage, they did get close to getting the fuser down, but they could not fulfill what they wanted to do. At this stage, maybe if they play a little bit slower, of course, at this point, they've been honestly playing super aggressive in the first 30 seconds, trades coming from both sides. But we've already seen how many players have been lost, not even the first 30 seconds, still having 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to see what the remaining players can do. Honestly, Kudi, I cannot properly give you a proper answer. I guess we can only wait to see what these captains can tell us towards the end once we have the interview.
You know, if we look back to previous maps, as soon as AML takes out Devon, they're putting them in a 5-4 lead here with 2 minutes still remaining on the map. Looking back at last maps when we were reaching up to halftime, you know, on Coastline at this point, we were at a 3-1 lead on the opposite side. Regicide having the 3, Memento having the 1 at halftime. It was obviously 3-3 on Cafe, though we had a 6-0 lead there by MementoMori. You know, all the way from the half-time point. So definitely a very similar matchup that we had here on Coastline. Very close match between these two teams as Regicide looks to try and pick another round away from the MementoMori defense.
As we see Fish being pushed by 2 players right behind the private bathrooms, finds 1 Mystic. Does he know another player is close? Beautiful play for Fish, using the deployable shell to his advantage to getting defused as well with 2 kills. Right now it's up to Mitch in a 1v5 situation. Siege timing comes into play as he just unscopes Fish, winning the round, getting himself a 3k, a beautiful play holding bathroom side, of course. Within bathroom, they do have the hatch that goes straight into garage, by him securing that, providing his teammates down below not only the whole mental play, but for him just to finish up what he went to do. The Nitrosol coming in, not only finding the 1 player, but heavily damage the 2nd player who was playing fairly close from there, having shotgun in hand. You can never beat a shotgun point blank, even if you might have the best aim. It comes down to the final milliseconds.
You know, absolutely. Like you just say, great style there by Fish. As soon as those flashes started coming out, that C4 immediately came out of pocket, as well as the shotgun. The final shots off there to just protect down the diffuser and give that flawless round over onto the MementoMori side. They're looking very powerful here as we go into round 6, just before half time here. This is a very important round here for Regicide. They need to try and take this round away from the MementoMori team. If they're able to try and take this round away, they can try and then focus in on their defenses and try pick this map up. Maybe perhaps taking us all the way to club.
Right now, going back to the second floor, where we have seen how the attacking team have made it so greatly onto side. Once again, diffuser down. We've seen the play from balcony behind the deployable shield within meeting room, having a punch hole going straight down towards the lobby itself. Can we see something similar? Of course, the defending side of someone being MementoMori once again. Well, I'm pretty sure they will prevent the same thing from happening once again. The same deployable shield goes down from this time being of course being the smoke. Well, honestly, they could pretty much use the same strat but just reverse it, allowing players entry from of course the balcony going straight into a meeting room, from there playing from down alone. We do see the smoke using the shotgun, of course being a very impactful gun, open up that whole soft floor down below. Once again, we do see a bunch of roamers, including the Mozzie Bar Doopy once again, as we saw him from the previous map, getting that crucial drones, providing information for his team. We do see a heavy push towards admin office, which we have seen previously by the Regicide side.
Bomb located by attackers.
With 2 minutes remaining into the round, Regicide look to try and take control here of admin office once again. It's been their go-to take hold, especially when pushing the sites. It's extremely important to get that control fairly early in the round, which they already have it with 2 minutes remaining. Mystic has already pushed all the way in. Dan the Man looking to kind of peek a little bit here and just to provide a little bit of tension towards the Regicide team as they look to push on through. The flashes coming out here as Fish holds a pixel peek. Looks like Sir Pancake can't see right now.
As we see, Mented with beautiful sprays from balcony, as mentioned, taking down Danaman, Fish taking down Mystics, her Pancake taking down Airy, turning into a 3v4 situation as Mented is on a loss, 10 HP. Fish playing his mirror, spraying down the play on balcony, does down Mented and finishes him off. Right now, 2 attackers with diffuser in hand can still make a play from admin office side. Fish knows that he's there, he's going to peek it wide. Of course, having SMG in hand, cannot connect his shots, pulls out the pump, shotgun, and couldn't connect. Right now in a 1v2. Ash, super low, just over a quarter HP, has to deal with Zero Pancake, who has clutched these situations before, but having AML playing as Jaeger, still with 4 HP off of one another. These are the dynamic duo that we've been waiting for. Beautiful sprays coming in, of course, from Sir Pancake, and we do have a player still within bathrooms, helping one another in this very long corridor, having such wide angles. Sir Pancake finishing it up with the evil R, as the opposing player, of course, was on a loss level of HP. Beautiful players coming in with the evil R, not only providing information, preventing entry, and of course taking down the Ash.
You know, Fish playing mirror there was absolutely nutty. Getting some great picks off there, especially the player that was sitting up atop of the balcony there. You know, you managed to get that down. The C4 obviously not landing correctly, but the headshots are definitely coming into play. Fortunately, not getting those shots off onto the Ash with that pump shotgun, which would have been absolutely incredible. But overall, great round there by MementoMori as they look to bring the match up into match point here in round 7. Now that we're switching, we finally get to see the defense of Regicide and see how they are able to kind of just hold off MementoMori here. We're going to see and immediately go all the way downstairs into archives here.
As we did see before, of course, archives going in favor of MementoMori, being round 7. Of course, things switching up. MementoMori this time around being on the attacking side. We do have an RQ, Abandon, Ash, and Nomad, and of course a Severe being in played. These operators can open up so many possibilities from right above. Of course, having side being split can be fairly difficult. Still 10 seconds left within the prep phase. Mitch currently blocking off the front lobby door with some barbed wire, not only providing a sound cue, but maybe even slowing down plays. Playing from down below with an archives corridor, maybe even allowing the teammates with a nitrous or blue, of course, will be the pulse. Allowing to slow down players, get them caught and trapped in the barbed wire from there, finishing them off. And as you can see, this time around we have Regicide players roaming up admin office, providing the AD assistance by the Jaeger to support Mitch in his further journeys to the up top floor, holding it down. Dan the man trying to find a player within the admin office because there's so many cubicles for him to find where the player is, so many spots that the player could be hiding. This is where drone work comes into play to spot out not only the roamers, but provide that crucial information for his teammates. Flashbangs coming in, and if they do go closer to Mitch, he will have a Jaeger ADS system not too far behind the poles down below. The heartbeat sensor providing information towards Fish. Fish takes on Mitch right now in a 4v5 situation in favor of MementoMori.
That was a great push there by MementoMori, but we see Devon pushing back up, shots fired through the wall, taking out Devon. That's now 2 of the players as Doopy takes down Mystic, bringing it to a 2v5 here. MementoMori on absolute fire here as Doopy gets down, but not out here. Pulse going for the final shots here, trying to find out where that player has called over to. Absolutely clean push there by Mitch to get those players out. The beautiful C4 coming out here by Eerie as Minter takes out AML. Unfortunately, he then falls as Sir Pancake gets the shots off, leaving Eerie in a 1v3 situation.
I mean, being Pulse as well, having Diffuser go down in such a difficult spot, can't really do much as he does see a player with Dan. Man, he makes me regret the words that just came out of his mouth, pushing towards Spiral, making use of all these different staircases that he has to. He's of course full capacity right now, pushing up Spiral, holding different angles. He has no idea where the opposing players are, having so many rooms to worry about. Making his way towards side, we do have a player right above, watching Diffuser pre-firing into certain spots, of course, giving away his position, but try to get a lucky shot onto a player, which we have seen work. Diffuser currently in a very interesting spot, currently being on top of one of the tables, but Fish being above, waiting for that pre-fire, making his way towards top of Spiral, looking down, his radiance just catches him off guard, and of course wins the round once again for MementoMori, going into half-time. Such a fatal and important round for both sides. MementoMori currently needing one more round to, of course, win it all, taking home map 3, winning at 3-0. But Regicide, of course, do not want that to happen. We will see all the tricks come into play now. Of course, being on the defending side of things, yes, a mistake was made, but they still have 2 different sides that they can choose between, taking the chance and going garage and cafeteria.
Fish has been on absolute fire the last few rounds, picking up a lot of kills. We've seen some awesome support play coming out here from Sir Pancake, who I believe had 6 assists to his name. It's been great to see all these players working together to get these picks off here. As we see Regicide going all the way down back into basement to try and stop this MementoMori train that is coming at them. 30 seconds remaining to finally go back onto this round as MementoMori look to take one more round to take this entire tournament.
As we have seen before, when MementoMori have held this position, how important public bathroom is. We did see previously Fish at that stage hiding behind the global shield with a nitrosol in hand and having a shotgun as, if I'm not mistaken, if it was either smoke or mute, but really well played. And can we see something almost as eventful as that? We do have a Goyo in play once again, making those shields is extremely important, not only just to break, of course will be used by the help of the teammates, maybe even when attacking side, as mentioned on the previous map, if those shields are broken, it prevents access towards the opposing team who want to go in. Buying the defending side not only a couple of seconds, allowing them a slight breather, but allowing their teammates to rotate back down and support the final push.
Absolutely great gameplay coming out here from both the teams here. Mitch looking on to roam pretty heavily here and stop this push happening here from MementoMori as the shots come out to try and push Mitch a little bit further back. Mitch just retreating a little bit down the staircase here as he tries to get into a better position. MementoMori taking control of most of the top floor here as shots come out from Doopy taking out Mitch. Their only roamer on the top floor here. Doopy left with just a slither of health, but an extremely important pick here for the MementoMori team as they look to take this map.
Already been a 4v5 situation with Doopy being super tagged himself, but of course having Diego ready wide peek him, but be able to get the trade in. That's once again time and everything is going down. Teammates have tried to get that crucial information across. We do see a very interesting place, but Devon is currently playing YouTube in the bottom, trying to get on top of the toilet itself, trying to boost him up from there, trying to catch a player off guard, but missing with a beautiful nudge, so but cannot connect. AMR pushing within, of them checking the stalls where we do have Devon waiting, seeing the players up above but being traded. Ash is taken down and finished. Bonner not too far behind to try to help. Airy find himself a double kill, taking down the Fuser. Back to a 3v3 situation. HPs are getting lower. Time is ticking down. We only have 1 minute and counting. And as I said, a Mystic taking down Dan the Man. Looking good for Regicide, currently having pretty much one opponent with full HP. Can we see how this drone work will come in from both sides, helping the attacking team not only get on side, but of course defend the diffuser.
Eerie with that beautiful 2K earlier, really an important 2K there to help his team get back onto track as Fish looks for some vertical gameplay here to try and take out some of the defenders before he makes that final push. Doopy opening it up onto Bomb A as he looks to try and push down into site with 24 seconds remaining. Seems as though Fish is still upstairs trying to roam as he drops sight immediately, but gets punished by Minted, who gets the last 2 kills down onto Fish and Doopy. Absolutely great round here by both I guess everyone on the Regicide side going for those absolute like fragging retakes.
Minton playing really slow within cafeteria, using the whole Fred's trees advantage, of course not being penetrable, really well played, not only finding 1 but finding 2 kills. What a play, bringing it back. Regicide, of course, one more round, and if I do say so myself, Memento do win. Being under a lot of pressure right now, have to not only bring back 4 rounds, but from there to go take it into overtime, and then whoever plays better at that round will win it all. Still 2 more maps after this one. If we do get past this map, we will see Clubhouse, and that will be an amazing turn of events. Such an amazing map to witness, such great teams play on. But right now, the 6-picks will come into play. Nobody chose the 6-pick. Quite an interesting choice, especially to see how these teams are playing. Going back right up to the top floor. Once again, will they be able to hold that balcony, which has been extremely crucial in the success alongside admin office?
You know, it's important here. You know, Regicide have to win a lot of rounds here if they look to try and take this map away from the MementoMori team. But the last round was a good show of what they are capable of. Hopefully they can keep this momentum up for themselves here and try and take this map away. MementoMori in a very comfortable position, sitting on a match points. They are allowed, or at least able, to try and take or lose a few rounds here and make some small mistakes. But being on this top floor here, I'm sure we're going to see the MementoMori really go for that hard admin push. We see both Mitch and Mystic trying to hold admin there away from MementoMori. Last time they tried to hold admin, we ended up losing Mitch as we saw Fish on the IQ rotate all the way downstairs through Visa and up the staircase.
Once again, Mitch being on the aggressive side, holding not only admin off, of course, copy and break room. You see that drone on the window, very interesting, using that little gap of the window to the advantage, only having a little hole to peek through. We do have 4 defenders holding side, as they know there is strength in numbers. Already have players coming from Visa office, making their way up yellow stairs. We have Nomad currently placing such a Nomad jab at such a crucial point between the meeting room and front office. We often see defenders rotating between that little 90-degree angle, and right now so Pancake in such a beautiful spot, knowing that there is a Nomad jab there. If they do hit, it'll be either flown straight into Doopy or right towards Evander, honestly, eye of sight.
MementoMori trying to get as much map control here before trying to situate themselves to push down onto Bomber A. Fish getting a great pick here onto Mystic. Doopy in reply, taking out Devon, sitting behind Shield. Doopy just pre-firing a dead body there just a little bit. Mitch getting a little bit shot up, losing just 10 health as we see the first gas canister coming out here by the smoke. AML on the rotate back towards Fish, who is looking to rotate up yellow staircase here. MementoMori looking to pinch the final defenders here. The defenders focused all on the admin side. It'll be a very good rotate here by Fish and AML if they make it all the way up to top of yellow stairs. MementoMori looking to push down into bomb A as they want to go for the plant. Minted situated in bomb A as the second gas canister comes out from him. Actually, I believe that's the third, sorry.
Right now, Minted taking down Dan the Man, Doopy taking down Mitch, Airy taking down Fish, Minted as well, getting another player, leaving into a 1v2. We have Minted in a 1v2 situation, flashbangs coming into play, try to isolate the defender, get diffuser, and then from they found the crucial information when the play is ML picking wide, being a very powerful play, very fearful as well, especially within the previous 3 maps. Minted has a lot to do, has no more gas canisters to work off of, and is taken down by AML. There you go, map 3 taken by MementoMori, winning the entire thing. Really well played by both teams. I don't think we could have asked for a better final within the PC side. Honestly, Kudi, what a turn of events. Were you expecting amazing performance by MementoMori, already having the backing after yesterday's game, a couple of games ago against 80k? Such an amazing turn of events. Of course, being the underdogs in the previous match, being the David versus Goliath matchup we did witness, coming in today versus such a strong team, doing it once again. Is MementoMori the team to look out for in the future tournaments?
You know, MementoMori just really being in the driver's seats in practically all those maps, taking Cafe 7-1, Coastline 7-5, and obviously Consulate 7-2. You know, watching Coastline, I really thought at one point that Regicide were going to be able to make this comeback on to MementoMori, especially now that we moved on to Consulates. I was expecting Regicide to at least take, you know, one of these maps away from MementoMori, but their MementoMori's defense, as we just saw time and time again, just extremely powerful here. Something that was just difficult for most teams to try and pick at. Something that we saw ATK struggle with in the semifinals. Just a great matchup by both teams. You know, just looking at all their players, both their support players as well as their fraggers, all just giving that information, sharing that information, being able to get those frags off. Great gameplay. It's been an incredible tournament.
And of course, MementoMori winning the entire thing, winning the first place cash prize. Honestly, I don't think neither teams can be disappointed in what happened today, but congratulations to MementoMori for winning. And honestly, for the players to see what happened, especially hearing the story, especially to see how hyped they were after beating ATK and now winning everything. I can't wait to hop into the interviews amongst the captains themselves and hear what was going through. So first off, we have Odin being the captain of MementoMori. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. Odin, welcome to the stream. And of course, congratulations on your win against Regicide. I'm sure you guys are very excited winning all 3 maps. Yes, map 2 being fairly close, but what is going through your guys' minds right now?
I don't know. I have no clue. I'm so happy, and everyone else is really happy now. We did it. We finally won something, and we're happy about that.
Yeah, massive congrats to you and your team. You know, just speaking about some specific gameplay there, you know, you guys really dominated your defense on Cafe, really just unmatched there by Regicide. Moving over onto Coastline, you guys lost the first 3 rounds there against Regicide. Where at that point, you know, were you guys talking to each other like, listen, we need to change up our defense compared to Cafe? Really, what was just going through your guys' comms at that point?
We were so relaxed because we knew Coastline is an attack-sided map, and a part of that, like, I think we lost 5 out of 6 entry frags on defense. That shouldn't happen. And so we said, "Come on, guys, relax now. Even if we lose the entry frags, we just try to win this." And at the end, I think the last 3 rounds we won it at the end, just because some players did some good clutches or some good kills basically. But yeah, we're not really happy about Coast and how we played, not even an attack. but then on console we came back strong again. So yeah.
Going back to your coastline performance, right? You said you guys weren't really proud of, like we did say before, losing the first 3 rounds, pulling it back, but really well played. But going back to consulates, I mean, it was fairly close in the beginning. Of course, shots being traded from both sides. Of course, the fuse are going down. Can we expect something similar in your guys' next upcoming games? Would it be still the same MementoMori that we love to see now? And of course, the big hype built around you guys. Definitely one team to look out for.
Well, in the future we'll see a more planned out MementoMori. Like Consulate, we it's not our map. We didn't prepare at all for it properly. Like there were some ranked strats, and yeah, same for Coastline. We still need to work on our maps. Like we've been to it now 3 weeks, so we need to work a lot. But yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, and you're gonna see the same aggressive MementoMori for sure, but also the strategic MementoMori.
Yeah, we definitely saw some aggressive defense coming out here. You guys mostly sticking to 3 roamers there, with one of the roamers kind of dropping back once you guys were situated on like a 3v x amount there. Your guys support players just sitting on site constantly with that maestro and smoke was almost unbeatable there from the Regicide side.
Yeah, well, fun fact, we made that strats for Cafe for 80k. We just preferred, especially on Cafe on 80k. And we knew that they would expect us to not roam a lot and stuff. So we just said, yeah, let's just roam a lot because they won't expect that, as you saw in Clubhouse. But as we
Mhm.
didn't play the third map, we used it against Regicide, yeah. And we really like that gameplay now because with the players like Fish and AML coming from such an aggressive team like .6 or Frantic
Yep.
6, they're not that used to this turtle type of strats where you just sit on side 3 minutes and waste utility, and then the last 20 seconds you go for the kills. So we also decided, yeah, let's do like something where the players are more comfortable, and it works out
Yeah.
pretty good now.
Yeah, it looked absolutely incredible. Just those 2 players being able to hold site down themselves, and yeah, like you say, just Fish going absolutely crazy on most of those maps.
Yeah, I don't know what to say now.
Do you have anything else that you want to say to everyone watching? I mean, we had some incredible support coming out here from chat.
Well, thank you for all the support. We're happy about it, and I hope you see us soon under another name, not MementoMori anymore. And yeah, that's all I want to say.
That looks
Not
good. We
so.
look forward to seeing you guys grow here in this esports community.
Also, I want to thank Meraki for the tournament, and GG will play to Regicide. You're still a really good team. Came second at the end, won every other team. So if people want to trash talk them, then you should do something else with your life.
There you go, seeing the respect from both teams. Once again, Odin, congratulations. I'm sure you guys want to go out and celebrate right now. Once again, thank you so much for being such an amazing sport within the community. And we would love to see the transition from what we saw for the past couple of days. Of course, working really hard until this point, until what we see in the future. Yes, you guys might be under a different name, and we are looking forward to see the growth amongst you and your fellow players.
Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.
Cheers. We're now going to jump in and get to speak to the other captain coming from Regicide, Devon. Welcome, Devon. Great game here by you and your team.
Thanks for having us. Kind of disappointed how the night panned out, but I mean we can't really say much. They were definitely the better team on the day, and yeah, props to them. They outplayed us.
Did you
Devon, so
find... Go for it, Vlad.
sorry. Thank you, Kudu. So yeah, going into second map, of course the first map being very difficult to attack. We saw something very similar against 80k, where of course they were very aggressive, of course very Roma heavy. Were you guys expecting the same Roma play to be used, or were you guys expecting them to be a little bit more on the defensive? Because you guys did watch them as yourself, you guys did learn from that situation.
So the way we approach the cafe in general on our attacking side is just to clear the whole map down and take control. And unfortunately today, we were expecting them to show some presence and shoot drones, fall back, fight for the control a little bit. We weren't expecting them at all to just give away the control. But today just wasn't our day. The first round, on cafe, just getting wall banked. Just got unlucky with drone timing a few times as well. But yeah, they definitely cafe. That was probably the hardest time we've ever had attacking on cafe. they were definitely well prepared, and I can't say we didn't expect it because they are an insane team. So props to them. Couldn't do much on the day.
Yeah, they were just saying that Cafe was probably their strongest map. They had prepped mostly for Cafe when coming towards their 80K game. So you're really having to try and deal with all of that. Moving on to Coastline, you guys taking the first 3 rounds of Coastline put you guys into a pretty good spot at that point. What was really happening in your guys' minds at that point?
I mean, we were obviously all very disappointed after map 1. So, I mean, we wanted to put things right on the second map. We know that they are quite confident on Coastline as well. So I decided to change things up within the team a little bit and just like I'm going to play a bit more aggressive myself and take the fight to them, which worked like for the first few rounds. I think we got quite a lot of entries, like especially on AML and Odin roaming. And I don't know, like the fact that we have an early round advantage always helps because they're giving away map control when they like lose that roamer. So I think we started off very well on Coastline. We just couldn't close it out on the defensive half.
A lot of support coming out here for your team in chats, just constant chancing for you guys, to win rounds and win maps and everything like that. Do you have anything to say to all of your guys' fans out there?
I mean, I don't think we really deserved it on the day, but thank you all, everyone, for the constant support, and thank you guys for all the chants and cheers in chat. Appreciate it. We do notice it.
Devon, like I said, even though you guys didn't win tonight, not getting in the first part, of course, making it to the second place is still a prize pool for you guys, but you guys played extremely well. Yes, you guys didn't come on top, but you guys are already a great team, to not only cast, but to watch. Definitely one of the fan favorites going into the Twitter poll, of course, having them, quite a bit of people still backing you up, even if, of course, the majority of them going towards the opposing team, MementoMori, but you guys really shouldn't beat yourselves up. If anything, learn from this, become better. You guys definitely have a great team. I think just like you did state, a few unlucky moments, maybe just taking a little bit more time to drone out and double check. But honestly, Devon, already well played, and congratulate the boys. I don't think there's anything you guys did wrong. Of course, like you did say, MementoMori just being a better team at the end of the day, but we would love to see how everything comes up into the upcoming tournaments and what you guys do differently.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Looking at the whole tournament, like as a whole, it's still a big success for us. Like I don't think anyone out there, like at the start of the tournament, would have given us a chance to even be playing in the final. And we started off quite well in the group stages, and we were happy with how the group stages went. Obviously, we wanted to get the victory in the group brackets about over 80K, but at the end of the day, that also didn't happen. But just looking at like the scene as a whole, like we're definitely happy. Like progress is being made, and we're looking forward to the next tournament and try and build up and just being a better team every day.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming to speak to us, Devon. We look forward to seeing you and your team grow in the future. Hopefully, I'll get the opportunity to cast you guys again. Extremely entertaining. I love how aggressive you guys play.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me, and thank you for doing the cast as well. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Always
So
a
I
pleasure, Devon.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, now I'm just waiting to get some, I guess, information here from Elder. But I believe we're doing the draw.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning into the stream. We really appreciate all the support you show throughout the week. Meraki as a whole thing, we thank all of you guys. You've made the tournament what it is, and we are actually completely blown away from the support from you guys. And it really it makes me feel very good inside with all the effort we put in and to bring this tournament to life and to see the appreciation from everyone. It's really amazing, and there will definitely be a second one, that is for sure, and hopefully that one is even bigger than this one. And yeah, that's definitely our goal. But yeah, so we have a giveaway that we want to announce now. Obviously, we did communicate this through Twitter today and a few days ago and throughout the week. Yeah, so the winner, he's not only the winner or in the team of Repress who won the console side, but he's also a winner of the giveaway. He's Nodia Flock, Flocky underscore RPS. He's a player for Repress, and congratulations on winning. Your share of or your giveaway prize of 1,000 rand. Yeah, massive, massive congratulations.
Congratulations, not only having the prize pool, but as well winning the Twitter side of things. I'm sure he is very excited and playing really well and being congratulating. Out of honestly, it's a massive prize pool like that as well. Congratulations on both sides once again. I mean, you're thanking everyone coming past and congratulations for honestly supporting this event, but we would like to take the time to thank you and the whole of Meraki for hosting such an amazing tournament. Honestly, Kuri, is there anything you would like to add to that? I mean, I already think this journey giving us an experienced course the chance to represent ourselves, our orgs, and everything that we want to do within the esports scene, especially within South Africa.
You know, just massive thanks to every single person that came out constantly through this tournament. We were speaking to Eldo a little bit earlier, just about the statistics of all of these streams, and they've been absolutely incredible. You guys have shown massive support to not just the team Meraki, but just the entire industry on a whole, and just massive thanks for that. We do appreciate you guys being patient with Plet and I, getting used to all of this casting. It was an incredible experience, and I look to do more of it in the future. Been absolutely great. Just yeah, I mean, just massive thanks to absolutely everyone. Thank you to Eldo for putting on such an incredible tournament and for allowing Plet and I to kind of jump in here and get some commentating done.
Yeah, no, we massively appreciate you guys and then the other casters that were also involved with the whole tournament. You guys really make it stand out even that much more. And yeah, we can't wait to have all of you guys back for the next one.
All
There you go
right,
on
so
that note. Sorry, kid, I think you're both super excited and such high praise from the man himself. But
dude,
I think let's end it on a good note. And once again, guys, I am Player Plays, and it was honestly an honor to be here through the entire week. And like I said, be here and having the opportunity that I have and was given. And we can't wait to do it again and see you guys once again.
yeah, so for the last time, cheers.
Cheers,
Thank you
everyone.
so much for tuning in.